YouTube's being weird again. No, YouTube Live. Okay, there we go. Weird, man. YouTube just decides to be strange sometimes. What's up, Green Zane Beast? How's it going? Discord. Damn. I can't believe. Oh shit, what's up, Lipton? I see your chat on the stream. I don't see it in my chat box. I guess we'll see what happens there. What's up, Jake? Thanks for the cheese. You can call me just Zane or Green Beast. I can, but Green Zane Beast just rolls off the tongue, you know? But if you prefer being called Zane, I'll call you Zane. Green Zane Beast. What's up, Bish? What's up, Baru? See, that's a common theme in other chats. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know. This live streaming stuff, y'all, it can be a little finagly. There's a lot of different parts of the system kind of interacting with each other. And closer to 1,000 subs. Like I'm saying, Baru, y'all, don't forget to tell your friends and family to subscribe to the TeejVeen stream channel. Once we get 1,000 subs, I'll shut the fuck up. $81 subs left. We're very close. We're very close. May I talk about my lobotomy corporation ideas? Yes. Tentative yes. I'm not sure what that might entail. But I reserve the right to backpedal on that yes if I'm afraid. Also, y'all, we're doing the first golden stream in a very boop long time. I actually forgot that last golden stream I crashed out. End of August was a stressful time. That was Banjo-Kazooie era of the channel. That was a dark time. Also, I was way worse at the game, so Oshiro tilted the shit out of me. And I was a lot better at managing, like, just backseating from chat. Which I'm still not great at, but I'm better at now. But before, I was just like, every single message, I would read it out loud, and I'd be like, ah! And explode. Imagine if someone puts a poster on the street advertising your YouTube. If someone did that, take a picture of it and put it in the Discord. That sounds based. Listen, when you're a channel this size, the best way we can grow is from grassroots initiatives such as that. We're in a highly competitive market. There's a lot of gamers out there. A lot of people streaming them gaming. I'm on way home, but WTD streaming. What's up, SKW Slice? Safe travels on your way home. In a video game, right? Right, Jake. Lobotomy Corporation is a South Korean SCP-inspired management sim. Oh, okay, it's a game. I thought that you were referring to ideas related to lobotomizing in corporate situations. I thought that that was a self-made structure of thinking. Like when someone goes, what's the word? Canvassing for like a politician. I thought you were just like, let me tell you about our Lord and Savior Lobotomy Corporation. Which maybe in a way you are, it's just a video game. Damn, wait, should I do that? It could be based. It could be based in Epic. What's up, done with everything? Good to see you. Hope you're having a good day. Yeah, y'all, listen. Here's the main goal out of the Celeste streams going forward. Obviously, we just got the sub 50 and any percent, which is epic. Which is very cool and very awesome. But, you know, it's time to introspect a bit. Just in time for the song change. What's it going to be? Wow. A little atmospheric. A little vibey. The way you become better at games, and really anything in this life, is by detaching your ego from the expected result. Therefore, this golden stream, I resolve to rise above the past iteration of myself that would get frustrated when I would die on Oshiro, for example. After a nearly flawless run, doing every other room perfectly, I'm not going to get angry this stream. I am just going to accept the failures as they come. And who knows, maybe we'll fluke 3A Golden within our first few attempts. That is my personal goal. Less about the grind, more about the lifelong battle that lives within myself of accepting when the game doesn't do what I want it to. Isn't that beautiful? That's the goal. An idea I have for Lob Core is that blue star, which is an abnormality in Lob Core, could be more like an actual celestial body. Like blue star is less of a heart with a ton of legs and more like a dying giant star. Oh, is this all SCP stuff? I don't know anything about SCP stuff. I'm not gonna lie, I read that message. I didn't understand most of the nouns in it, which I apologize for. I'm not a very well-read person. I know the stuff I know, and I don't know the stuff I don't know. So let's hop over to the Discord. As a reminder to everybody, you guessed it, Variety Friday's coming back. So be sure, if you haven't, to hop on over to Variety Friday voting in our Discord, that channel. There's 24 votes, holy cow. And how will you find out what the current vote result is? Well, you have to join the No, I'll show you right now. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Undertale Yellow. I'm pretty sure it's just going to be Undertale Yellow. So, yes, the Goldens are back. What's up, Matan? Oh my god, Matan's back. Matan loves the Goldens. Yes. We are so back. We're going to watch a few clips. And then I'm hoping that we first try 3A Golden after a long hiatus. But Goldens were only meant to be set down. They weren't meant to be left for good and forever. Anyway, let's hop to the Clips channel. You bastard. You absolute bastard. How could you? How dare you and how could you? This was from yesterday. Yay, Windows sounds. I like when my ADHD comes out. I just decided to start fixing my hair. Yeah, apparently Beru was just obsessed about my emojis on Discord. Someone's horny on man. So here I thought that I was going to die. And so I was preemptively loading up a fuck. But I did not die. I lived through it. What's up, Sunshine? Welcome back to the stream. Hope you're having a good day. And then at this point, my brain was like, wow, I said fuck kind of funny. Oh, that reminds me of Rockin' the Suburbs by Ben Folds. I'm gonna go ahead and cue up that stim now. Better look out, because I'm gonna say. And unfortunately in that clip, it cuts off, so you didn't get all of it. Oh wait, let me let the past version of myself say something. And that's how we got there. But what I wanted to add on to was, and that's how we got there. Better look out, because I'm gonna say. You better look out, because I'm gonna say fuck. And you better look out, because I'm gonna say fuck. Where are TJ's brains at? Boop, 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 doo, doo, doo. But anyway, that's where my brain's at. I think I was saying that in regards to something I said before the clip, but also we were talking about Megalovania. And when we talk about Megalovania, it makes me want to do. What the fuck is timestamp?
Getting boring to you, which makes it very easy to skip over practicing resort.
Oh, 6:15 is it? Sorry, I thought you were talking about the timestamp. Oh, okay.
Let's motivate you a bit. We want a time in resort of 6 minutes and 15 seconds or lower. The sooner you...
Oh, this was right at the end of last stream. I kind of felt really pissy about this. Like, I really wish the video was like a little clearer about what the goal times were. There wasn't... Anyway, not to get on a soapbox. Beggars can't be choosers. Average imposters videos are great. They're great. I find it funny of how Farewell has a frown near it. Yeah, we decided that at some point. I don't remember when. But anyway, thanks to everyone continuing to clip. The short for last stream was just me getting the sub 50, which was none of these clips, but you know, I like to sometimes shorts are about funny ha-has, and sometimes shorts are about what's the fucking word? Immortalizing a moment that's important to all of us here in this stream. The folks in chat who are here for the high highs and peaks, and the me who gets to see my hard work be tangibilized into a PB, you know? Watching the stream in 2x speed so I can see what happens before you all. Farewell Golden is probably going to take more than all of the Goldens combined, so it makes sense. Yeah. I feel like we're probably going to get hard stuck around the Hell Trio anyway, which for those of you who don't know, that's probably 6B, 7B, 8B. You know, I don't know. I don't know how, and to be fully honest, like this is a bit of a playtest stream. We're going to see how Goldens feel after a bit of the time away from it and a bit of time getting better at the game. You know, in the time since we last did Goldens, I've played through up to the beginning of Advanced Lobby of Strawberry Jam. And I've gotten a sub 50 in any percent. So presumably I should be better and more consistent at the game and some of its strats. What's up, Aiden? But this stream is ultimately a playtest. If we spend this whole stream stuck on 3A, I will die inside. Okay. I think that's everything, though. I think that's everything I wanted to talk about. Obviously, vote in Variety Friday if you haven't yet. I already said that. With that being said, let's hop back into this over 29-hour grind we've been on. Oh my god, is it this save file? Woo, I have not been in this save file in some time. Time to knock the dust off. Oh, hello, darkness, my old friend. Okay, bang. Yes, we're still doing 3A. I have unfinished business. I don't move on from Goldens. Every Golden has to be finished at some point. I don't move on from Goldens, me personally. I need to remember how to turn on this shit. How did I do this? Boom. Where's golden quality of life? Or was it golden QOL? And no backseating, guys. I'll ask you guys if I want some help. But let's warm up first. What's up, Gaming Mitkex? Yes, we're back to 3A Golden. Now, I need to turn off my speedrun brain. It's not about going fast, it's about living. What if I front seat instead? That's the classic. That's what folks say. I'll be honest, my speedrun brain, I see all this shit before it even happens now. Also, I think speedrunning has made me appreciate going slow. How do you get a golden berry? You pick it up at the beginning of the level, and then you beat the level without dying. So I've done that for every level not listed in our golden to-dos on screen. Wow, that is the word. Slow and steady wins the race. So like a P rank and ultra kill? Maybe. Good luck, Goldens. Thank you, Jura. Good to see you. Wow, the game feels so much different when you're used to speedrunning it and you know you can go slow. I'm starting to understand people who are like, TJ, you need to slow down. When I was originally doing Goldens. But I was really impatient and wanted to go fast. I'm starting to think maybe they were right. But don't tell them that. Don't tell them I said that. To be honest, the hardest part is cleanup. You'll probably first try Oshiro if you speedrun it. Maybe. I feel like I can beat Oshiro if I'm not doing speedrun strats. Oops. Sorry, I was busy thinking about not playing the game. Yeah, sure. It's definitely like, I definitely have to switch a part of my brain. It feels very weird since this has been a level I've been labbing very, very diligently. This honestly might be easier if I use the speedrun strat. Let's feel it out. Let's see what feels right and what feels wrong. I've yet to complete 3A, by the way. I'm still working on 2B. You mean for Goldens? Best of luck with 2B. Hopefully you can get that pretty soon. I don't remember 2B being too hard. The first Golden I truly got stuck on was, well, 5A gave me trouble too. But 3A was the one that straight up made me rage quit and have to take a break from Goldens for a while. Every Golden before that was pretty much, I got it on average. I averaged like 1 stream to get them. The easy Goldens are pretty easy. Suffice to say. 3A sucks? Yeah, I'd agree. Oh, I can do the corner kick now. That was something y'all recommended when we did Goldens. And I avoided doing it because I thought it was really scary and risky. But now we corner kick. Let's go. 2B is probably the easiest after 1/2A and C sides. Yeah. One of the easier ones for sure, I'd agree. Thank you for the good luck, Caveman. Good to see you. Yeah, corner kick's basically no risk. Yeah, I was just kind of overwhelmed and scared back when we did this room, and I was like, that's new and scary. I want to focus on what's new, or what's not new and what's not scary. You know? As long as you move away from spikes, there's 0 risk. Makes sense. It's nice playing the game at a relaxed pace. I also think that speedrunning has given me more perspective. Like, I think back when we were doing Goldens, the current pace I'm going at would have felt fast. But now that I know what actual zoomies are, this is pretty moderate. You know what I mean? Once you see spike jump in the GM gym, I think someone shared a short of a spike jump at some point. It's nice watching it at a relaxed pace too. Yeah, I mean, the thing I like about Golden streams is I also like, these are definitely like chat first streams. Like, besides the points where I absolutely have to lock in, we can just kind of talk about whatever, you know? Whereas with speedrunning, it's pretty much all gas, no brakes. Golden streams are definitely chiller vibes. Until I get to Oshiro and I'm just like, everybody shut up! By the way, I don't think I'm going to go for demo in my Golden. I'm playing through Drifting Deep now, and its rooms are so long they kind of start to remind me of Goldens. Is that a custom map? playing 2B casually, so I plan on just trying to figure out how to complete the rooms. Yeah, no sweat. People who want to play optimally can play the game optimally. The rest of us can just kind of do what we want. All roads lead to Rome. If you play the game, you will do the things you want to do. My freaking earbuds are messing up again. Oops. Once you get 3A golden, you'll have all the same golden as me. What's up, Snoot Snoot? That is, those are big boots to fill. No. Well, I haven't done this room in a while. What's up, Des? What's up, Cork? I'm gonna switch out my headphones. I don't know why they keep doing this. Let's see if this... I'll never know why my earbuds get weird sometimes. Especially if these are still busted when I put these in. So weird, man. Oh. Oh yeah, then I can go up. All right, let's see how Oshiro goes. I feel like I can no-death Oshiro. If I just turn off my speedrun strats. I also feel like I know like the obstacles of chapter 3 a lot better now that I've like been labbing it and speedrunning it. So I feel less like I'm making, like I'm literally like sight reading stuff, you know what I mean? Which even when we were goldening it before, I just didn't feel as intuitively comfortable with the solves for the map. But I feel like my game sense for Oshiro is better now. He doesn't feel as scary as he once did. Yeah, that was just stupid. That was a dumb death. Now, if I'm smart, I'll literally wait at each spring like this until he goes by. I really don't want to rush. This one's hard to eliminate speedrun strats from, since I skipped through most of the map with speedrun strats. Yeah, this one's gonna feel weird to golden. That was a low death run. I feel like we can just send run attempts. Am I crazy? I don't think we have to lab that much. I think we just send it and hope for the best. I think after any percent, this is in the bag. Yeah, it feels like it's not too hard. Funny enough, I personally find it safer to do the demo than play the key room. I think that's probably true for most people who have been speedrunning Celeste for a long period of time. And if that's how y'all feel comfortable playing it, that's fine. I don't feel comfortably consistent at that tech yet. The fact that I can choke it during speedrun attempts tells me that I can choke it during Goldens. Therefore, I shall not do it. But I can appreciate that if you're an experienced speedrunner, you can just kind of do it. I'm going to turn off golden quality of life. I know this level. We either get it or we don't, right? All right, chat. So here's the thing, and part of why I stopped doing golden streams. Easy on the backseating if I'm not asking for stuff. Thank you. You guys are being a bit pushy like a teenage boy in high school. She already said no, buddy. Thank you. I'm down to discuss strats and like figure them out. I don't know why the fuck I just did that. But like, that's going to be like across that bridge when we come to that point, right? Like if we reach a room like that and I fail on it 3 times and then we stop and we're just like, man, what do we need to do there, guys? That's different. The unsolicited backseating that we came to know early on in these streams, I'm fucking done with. It's too hard to moderate. And it's just upset a bunch of people. And I know I have to explain that every single stream. But here I go explaining it for the 1000th time. New Deathmore strat? Could help. If you're upset about backseating, then just state it in the rules. All right. Let me stop the whole stream and add the rules. You don't ever really have rules on Twitch or on YouTube, but I'll put it on the Twitch rules. There. It's on my Twitch rules. Let me add to the Discord too. There we go. Taken care of. It's starting to piss me off. Why don't we just pause buffer into the back rooms? It's not a bad idea. If I went to the back rooms, I would just beat the level faster. But it probably wouldn't be a verifiable run at that point. Pause buffer the backseaters into the back rooms? I fucking wish I could, dude. There's so many things we could talk about that isn't like, hey, TJ, you should be doing this in the game instead of what you're doing. Like, can we please talk about the political and economic state of the world? I'm kidding. Let's not talk about that, please. People usually get really heated and weird when we do that. Sometimes I can't help it, but I do feel partially responsible when we get on that. People who have been around here long enough, no rules aren't going to stop anyone. Exactly. I mean, that's the thing. I am just tired at this point of like people in chat being like, well, you should make it a rule then. It's like, fine, it's a rule now. Like, rules don't exist for people to read them and actually follow them. Rules just exist for you to point to them when people break them. You know what I mean? Which is unfortunate. Like, it's like, hey, that's actually against our rules. And then people are like, oh shit. Like, they don't read the rules and they're just like, oh, let me make sure I know every rule so I don't, you know. Just kind of is what it is. At least now that I have it written in the rules, the next time someone's like, well, you should make it a rule in your stream, I'll be able to be like, hey, buddy, it actually is. But as far as I know, I don't know if YouTube has a good kind of about section or whatever, the way that Twitch does, but whatever. Again, it's something I say every single stream, and I will say I say it every single stream to people who have been here for more than one stream. So that's where the frustration comes from. Doesn't YouTube allow chat rules? Oh, does it? I'm actually not aware of it if it does. But I mean, I literally only know / do what I know. Might be something I need to look into in that case. Case of rules, I haven't seen the rules stated in the description. Oh, that could also work. Yeah, that makes sense. But again, it is a tall order to expect viewers to check the description for the rules. But again, like, to the point of like, rules aren't made to be like pre-read. They're made to be like pointed to when someone doesn't abide by them. Yeah, that works. But also, I feel like it's just common across all streams now. Like, pretty much every stream except my stream, the first couple months I was doing it, have a blanket no backseating rule. And again, I will fess up to that. For the people who have been here longer, for a while, I encouraged backseating. I encouraged backseating until everyone got super annoying and elitist and started getting really pissy at me when I didn't understand the directions. Like, you have to understand that when you backseat, like, it doesn't come across as clearly as you want it to. And then people get pissy because you're not playing the game the way that they want you to. Like, it just opens up a whole fucking can of worms. That's really annoying. Like, in ways that I think a lot of people don't really understand because they've never been on the receiving end of it. I definitely didn't understand it till I was on the receiving end of it. I used to think streamers that said no backseating were pricks. Now that I've experienced what backseating feels like as a streamer, I'm like, oh, I was ignorant. It's not because they're trying to disinclude chat from the experience. It's because if you are trying to follow every single chatter's command as to how to play the game, you're going to have a bad time. Exactly. Most people on YouTube don't even know about the description feature. Like, again, like, there have been people who have joined this stream and they're just like, oh, I just noticed the speedrun timer. Or like, oh, like, they'll ask, like, what golden are you doing right now? And it's like, if you look at the screen for more than 1 second, you can see, 1, if you play Celeste, you can see that the map is 3A. 2, I have now added it to the bottom left, which, to be fair, is now bloated with a bunch of information. But the information is there if you simply try to observe and perceive it. But most people don't. And that's something I've learned more recently in my time of just being on the internet and being a creator. I think most people on the internet are kind of just like bobbling around with their hands out in front of them until they kind of like someone who's been out drinking all night, and they like come into your bar and they're just like, hey, can I get a drink? You know, like they aren't really thinking about things that deeply. They're just like, oh, I'm watching this stream now, which is fine. It's just it runs very counter to how I interface with the internet, where like I feel like I'm very methodical about what I engage with, and like before I ask a question or engage with something, I'm gonna want to take my due time and diligence to make sure I feel at least a little informed on it. Put Subway Surfers gameplay there, could help. The only thing I do is backseating is provide hints or tips when it's necessary. Yeah, I think that can be a road to hell paved in good intention, because I've had people who are just like, okay, no backseating. What if I can just give you hints or tips? And I'm like, I think if I ask for them, yes. But again, like the problem with backseating is just anytime it's unsolicited. And that's a good like communication methodology for life. Like if you do something unsolicited, or like, I don't know, it's kind of hard, but it's like, it's the same way, like when a friend comes to you to talk about something in their life, like they're not necessarily seeking advice on it. They're just seeking you to like be there for them. You know what I mean? Like that's a common sentiment that people have kind of struggled with in the modern era. And I know that typical masculinity states that a lot of us, like when someone's going through something, oftentimes our inclination is to like give advice or be like, oh, you should do this or that kind of thing. And you have to recognize how that's just like an unhealthy communication style and not as helpful as you might think it is. You know, sometimes you just need a vibe. Next to the backseat. Also, what's up, Mavie? What's up, Steve? What's up, I'm so lonely? I will try my best not to die with the golden. That is a crazy tip. Next to the backseaters are the people who watch streamers play a game for the first time and tell them every secret and tech in the game instead of letting them actually experience it. Yeah, it's like we're all aware of the things that are annoying about certain philosophies of chatting, but for some reason we still take part in them. I try to provide both emotional support and advice when someone is going through something. One is incomplete without the other. Yeah. I mean, I think like the other thing is like, it's fine to give advice, but you should basically preface that with like, do you want to hear advice or do you just want to vent right now? You know what I mean? Which feels a little clunky, but usually honest, clear communication isn't so sexy. Sometimes it is that clunky, but I think it's worth it, you know? Because, you know, sometimes people are venting because they feel stuck and they're looking for some kind of solution. Sometimes they're venting just because they're fucking frustrated. But again, if you're unclear, ask the person what they want. Don't just assume. But anyway, so that's why, in the interest of getting a little sexier with our communication and boundaries, if chat could respect the ones I put in place, that would be awesome. And if you could like self-analyze for a second and be like, oh, wait, I keep being told not to backseat, but I'm still doing it. That would also probably just be helpful for overall success in your life as well. If you're someone who can't really understand how to respect boundaries when they're given to you, there's some work that needs to be done there. But I leave that up to you. Your game finally got suggested? Which game, Steve? Would you go for demo and golden runs? Nah. I think that strat's still too inconsistent for me personally. Personally, I'm almost always open to advise, even if I'm breaking down at the moment. Not everyone's like that, though. Yeah, exactly. Everyone's different. Everybody's different, and that's why your mileage will vary. And that's why you can't be like for example, when a friend's coming to you and they're talking about like you know, something they're going through with a partner or whatever and that kind of thing. Like some people are looking for that because they want an answer, and some people are just like, you know, they just need support. But if you always treat that situation as like, let me tell you how to run your life, you're gonna get into some trouble. Because different people have different communication styles, different people, like, the reason they talk about stuff is for a different reason than why another person would talk about it. Like, it's just, people are not as cookie cutter when it comes to emotional vulnerability, and so you really need to make your intentions, as well as theirs, clear as crystal. Which, again, is not sexy. It's not very nonchalant. It's not very cool, but you need to do it. You need to do it. Favorite level to run Golden so far? 7C. I forgot about 7C. I fucking love that level. First try, baby. Always believe. Let's go, baby. Gotta love the Mets. Yeah, I love that energy. Well, it's a contender for tomorrow, but Undertale Yellow's gonna win. My game was before your eyes. Oh, nice. Yeah, Undertale Yellow's kind of a landslide. Once you're further into Goldens and enjoy it and further into Strawberry Jam, you could maybe Golden Strawberry Jam. You get a pretty cool reward for doing all levels in a lobby. I actually have talked about that recently on stream. I think the thing that excites me about Goldens is not so much the aspect of beating a level deathless. Like, I don't think I like Goldens in and of themselves. I don't think that I would do Goldens outside of the vanilla game. Like, the reason why I want to get all the Goldens in the vanilla game is because I'm a bit of a completionist for the main game. That being said, I'm open to that changing in the future, but that's where my head's at right now. And obviously, like, and to be fair, it's my gamer ego as well. Like, when people are just like, oh man, only 1,000 people have like 202 berries in vanilla Celeste, that excites me. I don't know why my brain works that way, because I know like some of you might respond, oh, well, there's this custom map that only 10 people have played that no one has the golden berry in. You could be the first one. And maybe that's just because I'm a shill and I like stuff that is more popular than not. Maybe that's the truth of it. Are you not going for sub 40? I am. I'm just also going for Goldens. So this is a Golden stream. Yeah, it's Goldens today. Yeah, exactly, Zane. Are there not any Golden Steam achievements? All my life, I've been direct about what I'm thinking about, and honestly, I see other people's inability to do that as a weakness. Yeah, I mean, I see where you're coming from. Like, you definitely shouldn't make it like a superiority versus inferiority thing. It's just like, it's food for thought. You know what I mean? Like, when you're having like issues with communication, a lot of that frustration can kind of manifest. And I see where you're coming from, Lumi Femboy, of like, man, I feel like I'm saying everything I'm feeling and being honest, and the other person in this situation just won't be honest with me and upfront the way that I am. Like, for sure, I understand that frustration, but ultimately we do need to extend compassion and grace, and just like the same way we're meeting ourselves where we're at, maybe you're just a more emotionally intelligent person. The other person just might not have that same emotional intelligence as you. But I don't think it's because they're weak. I think it's just because people are different, you know? But I would caution against like looking at that as weakness. I would say like life's just hard and people have different communication styles ultimately. Like, it's just like, I don't think one way is correct and one way isn't. It's just like we have to work really hard to meet each other in the middle, and meeting people in the middle is one of the hardest things you can do, because the first thing that flares up when you're not able to easily meet someone in the middle is both parties' egos flare up and they're like, what the fuck, why isn't this person meeting me in the middle? You understand what I mean? We'll get there when it's the time for it. You can't escape the Celeste addiction. Exactly, yeah. And the other thing, guys, I forgot to talk about this at the beginning of the stream. I started implementing the strats for Forsaken City from the sub 40 video. And for the first time in this game, I was immediately humbled. Like, I got off the corner boost at the beginning, and actually, surprisingly enough, the end where you're climbing the left side with like optimal climb jumps and neutral jumps, that wasn't too hard. But the things like perfectly timed midair supers and that kind of thing, I'm really struggling with those. So I think another reason why I'm kind of trying to focus on Goldens right now is off stream. I kind of want to work on this newer tech from the sub 40 video. Just kind of work on that silently in the background. Again, who knows? We might stick to Goldens, we might not. For all we know, the next Celeste stream will be another any% stream. But That's where my head is currently at. You know? To be fair, all goals deserve to be celebrated and rested on. Exactly, Aiden. And that's also something I just kind of want to be aware of. Because historically, even with this stream, I've kind of rushed into the next thing, you know? And so I think, you know, if you were here yesterday for the stream, if you missed it, you can watch the short. Like, it's pretty clear that I was very happy and satisfied with getting the sub 50 finally. And to be sure, our overarching goal for Celeste Any Percent is the sub 40. It always has been, even before, like, I started speedrunning it. But I think it's important to just, like, to what Aiden was saying, and something that I have not been as good about with streaming specifically. I'm better about it in my real life, but with streaming, it has been a blind spot for me because so much of content creation is just like, okay, you did one thing, what's the next thing? You know, it's hard to kind of detach yourself from that. So yeah, I kind of just want, we had a really good, solid Any Percent stream. I got sub 50, it was another major goal. There's another grind ahead of us. Let's kind of switch gears for a second, take stock in Goldens. I just want this whole streaming thing to feel a little more easy and breezy and less like we're constantly like fighting to get our heads above the water for breath, you know? Unset up midair supers can be hard. Yeah, I'm just kind of struggling with them. And also like that, I think it's just a matter of like the windows for these inputs are just getting tighter and tighter. Like, I'm not genuinely concerned yet. Like, for my first day, I was pretty consistent with probably, I'd say, 75% of the new tech, but there were just a couple rooms specifically that use supers in the new Forsaken City section that I was just kind of struggling with. But I know if I just keep practicing, I should be able to get it. And if I don't, I'll probably play it a bit on stream for y'all, and I will ask chat, hey, what am I doing wrong? And y'all will be able to backseat with my permission and explicit consent. One time I tried not to be direct as a deliberate experiment on how people will treat me if I become purely defensive and kind without being offensive and telling what their incorrect points are, and I ended up being banned from a Discord server and shit on for the next year until the community got recycled and they weren't so mad at me and I got unbanned. Whoa. All right. Well, hope you're doing better now. The speedrun tech will make you ready for more SJ once you get the world record for it. Yeah, we're definitely, my goal is definitely to beat all the levels in Strawberry Jam. Like, that hasn't changed, but certainly I needed a break from Strawberry Jam. You know? But that's what I like about Celeste. Like, there's a bunch of stuff to do, right? Like, I burn out on Goldens, I'll do something else. Etc., etc., you know? Lipton, I already read your message. I'm good. Part of what burnt me out on Goldens to begin with was every single stream, somebody was telling me something else I need to add to the CCT. I'm good. I don't think we need more stuff. Thank you. Eventually, that whole corner is just going to have 6 tidbits of information. But I appreciate the input. But I'm really, like, I'm pretty sure if you go back and you watch all the VODs for the Golden stream every single time someone says something like, oh, you should add this, you should add this, you should add this. And I just kind of don't want to have that be the norm anymore. Yeah, all good. Sorry. I saw your messages. I just had not responded to them because I was talking about other stuff. Can I open the window back here? The air is really thick. You can, just as long as you don't tell me how to open it. Yeah, breaks are important. To be honest, once you get back at it, even if you just don't play Celeste at all, you're just somehow going to be way much better than before. Yeah, I've talked about that before with muscle memory. I think that's just true. Because I think, and I can have like a bit of a propensity for overthinking. But I've experienced that with guitar. I've experienced it with other just skills and hobbies. Drawing is another one. And it's not always what you need. It's just, you know, again, your mileage may vary and you have to meet yourself where you're at. Sometimes you need more consistency. Sometimes you do just need a break. But I will agree that I've recognized that phenomenon of like, I'll take a break. And I think it's, again, because of my propensity to overthink, I think when I really get attached to something and a skill and working on it, I can become a bit dogmatic and super in my head and heady and methodical about how I go about interfacing with it. And so what the break affords me is I get to break those kinds of just cognitive patterns that I formed around it. And then the true, like, intrinsic, intuitive nature of it gets to fill in a bit more, you know? Which is good. And of course, the more I do these runs, I guess I'm just going to start speedrunning through the first section. Slow and steady wins the race, yeah. Yeah, I'm starting to see what people were saying back when we last ended on Goldens. They were like, the speedrun strats can be nice to kind of zoom through the first section. And now that we're getting into more and more attempts, I can see where they're coming from on that. Slower you go, the faster you beat it. Yeah, that's bars. It's hard because the more attempts you get in, just the more impatient you get, you know? Or at least my brain does. Nice ultra dash. Wait, did I just do an ultra dash? Oh my god. Death by ultra? Oh, is that what killed me? That's funny. Oh, yeah, I think I definitely did that by accident. I like spammed an input. Like I just kind of fat fingered it. Yo, what's up, Angel? Good to see you. I don't know why I did that. Also, I found now that I do or I'm trying to learn doing the corner boost in Forsaken City. For those of you who don't know, chat convinced me to use left bumper as my other climb button. But my main grab button is left trigger. So now I'm trying to relearn my muscle memory to use right trigger because I found that that's easier to be able, like in times where I have to climb jump, that's a lot easier than trying to, like, no one uses, or at least to my awareness, like when I use a controller, I'm swapping with my pointer finger between either left trigger or left bumper, depending on which one I need. I've never used it like this. So that's kind of a piece of muscle memory I have to relearn, which is going to be a little bit frustrating. I'm kind of alternating between doing that and my old muscle memory, For Goldens, I probably should just use my old muscle memory, but just so you know, that is something that's kind of in my mind. I do have the 9D Platinum Berry. How did you know? Oh, it was just the fast dash? That's fair. And try assigning jump and grab to one button. Use it only for any CB. Oh. Yeah, hopefully I don't need to assign any more fucking inputs. That is one thing about getting a higher level in Celeste. I'm just like, okay, how many inputs could you possibly need for one goddamn game? Again, naively, I'm like, I think hopefully I have all the inputs I basically need at this point, but who the hell knows? Who can ever know? I also don't even know, like, on that corner boost in Forsaken City, I think some of you know what I'm talking about. Like, in the second room, I think. I hold down my first jump button and I use my... Like, I use the 2 jump buttons to land that. Maybe there's a way to do it with just 1 jump button. I wasn't able to get it. But the way I was able to get it consistent was by using 2 jump buttons. I don't know if that's common for corner boosts, but that was how I was able to get it. I don't know if that's wrong or not, though. Okay, that is the normal method? All right, yeah. So that's why I had to switch up my grabs a bit. Because at first, like, I was just not getting it. Like, I wasn't getting the boost, and I was like, what the fuck's going on? And then, like, I started using the 2 jump buttons, and I was getting it pretty much every time. Yeah, it's just way harder? Okay. That's what I assumed. I'm glad I was able to put that together then. Actually have an idea for a game like this where the game is pressing a lot of buttons really fast and you can assign many actions for buttons to beat it faster. So the goal is to find the optimal button assignment for speedrunning. That sounds crazy. That's hard to wrap my head around, but sounds cool. Oh, you're almost at advanced hard side? I'm so lonely. Nice. Yeah, the idea of a climb jump button also doesn't really spark joy in me, but there's one room in Forsaken City in the sub 40 video where you need to like do a climb jump, right? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? You have to do a climb jump at the or like right after a screen transition so that you can have the proper setup for a super, and I could not land that. And I wonder if having a climb jump button would make that easier. Maybe some of you know which room I'm talking about. Yeah. And it's hard because I didn't really see the visual cue of if I landed the climb jump or not. Oh, you do it no climb jump button? Okay. You just hold, grab, and tap jump. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I just couldn't get it for some reason. It might just be a feel thing that I need to work on a bit more. Yeah, exactly, Lipton. I think it's like the second room of a checkpoint. I can't remember which checkpoint, but yeah, it's right after the one with the big booster block where you just kind of wave dash and then you go up right, I think, into the room. But yeah, I think you guys know which one I'm talking about. It's weird to get used to. Okay, that's good to know. I probably just need to work on it more. Who here uses a climb jump button? Because I've seen a few people, Angel included, that just don't use a climb jump button. Oh, shit. You rarely use it? Huh. I recommend you complete all SJ gyms in a row before you go back to sub 40 because you will master the techniques required. Would anyone else agree? with that sentiment. I wouldn't agree. Yeah, I mean, I typically just like learning things in context. And I do have the average imposter video, which is basically like a video guide version of a gym, you know? But I mean, I'll definitely keep that in my back pocket as an option. Like, I appreciate that. Like, if I'm ever like, man, I really don't get this one specific tech, I could always go to the gym, you know? The demo dash gym would build up practice, though. Yeah, but also working on tech that has a demo dash would build up the practice too, right? But it would be in the context of the run I'm trying to get better at. You know what I mean? Like, if I was working on the gym, like, yes, I'd get better at the tech, but getting better at the tech in isolation versus getting better at the tech in the actual context of what I want to use the tech in, I feel like is just net better, right? If I'm having trouble with the tech in context, it would make sense to try and get better at it in isolation, but... you know, that's at least my thought process. It's just a better use of your time if you're using it in the exact context you need it, right? Does anyone think I'm thinking about that the wrong way? Like, I'm open to a counter argument, but that just kind of makes intuitive sense to me. That's typically how I approach stuff. It's like why the speedrun tool and that kind of thing exists too, right? Like, in a way, like, you can isolate the piece of tech in the room you're doing with the speedrun tool and basically treat that as your mini gym. I think you're 100% right. Okay. I wasn't sure if I was like thinking about that like wrong, but that's just like, I thought that made sense. The demo dash gym in SJ is precisely set up. The setup in 3A takes more time. Yeah, that's true. Because with the gyms, they put you exactly where you need to be, right? And part of like learning tech is learning how to get the setup yourself. Especially the more advanced tech. I don't know. I think it's a good idea, though. Like, I will definitely keep that in my back pocket if I reach a point where I feel like, man, I really can't figure this out. Usually you learn the tech in the gym and then get better at applying it when using it. Yeah, I mean, I think it's an either-or situation. I don't know. It's like, for example, like, when did you start learning timetables? You learned them in school when you had to start solving timetables. If you just learn something as you need it, that's fine. The reason why the gyms exist is because they're trying to teach you the tech as you need it, right? As they're introduced in the new levels. But I'm basically doing the same thing with any percent speedrunning. Like, the strategies I need for the solves for the rooms I'm doing are using that tech, right? I don't know. I would understand, like, I think the gym exists without the presumption that you have a video to watch. You know what I mean? Like, I'm watching a video literally explaining to me what I need to do. Like, Average Imposter is basically doing the Cliff Notes version of what the gym gives. And I've also spoken about in the past, like, I don't really care about the nerdy, nitty-gritty details of something. I just need to know how to do it and how to execute it. If I can do that and I understand the feel of what it feels like, from a gamer standpoint, I'm fine. Like, I don't need to go to the library. I don't need, like, this happens because when Maddie's head collides with the block, it's not actively sucking anybody off. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need all that information. I just kind of do it. If someone can just give me the Cliff Notes enough that I can do it, I'm fine. Gym is theory and playing is practice. Right. And I would say, like, the Average Imposter video is also theory. You know what I mean? Like, he gives you theory as well as, like, the inputs. So ultimately, here's the thing. I think the conversation we're having is pretty pointless because we're talking about, like, you can either do the Strawberry Jam gyms, or you can watch a video that basically explains the tech. Or you can do both of them. All roads lead to Rome. If you use the strawberry jam gems to learn tech, that is awesome. If you watch a video, that is awesome. If you want a better understanding of it, you can do the gym. If I want a better understanding of it, I can fucking Google it. I understand that people love glazing the strawberry jam gems, but again, there's 100 ways to crack an egg. If you read about the tech in a 210-year-old book, that's awesome. That is pretty awesome. Yeah, but again, Gaming Mitkex, you're not listening to what I'm saying. I don't need to understand how a piece of tech works. I just need to understand how to do it. That blows a lot of people's minds in this stream because a lot of people are just like, how can you do something without understanding the building blocks of it? I don't know, bro. Just tell me how to do it, and I can feel it intuitively. We've had this many different versions of this conversation on this stream before. Just trust me. No, I know I'm so lonely. But somewhere it turned into like, well, I think the gyms can give a better explanation, which like, I just fundamentally disagree with. Or like, it's not that I disagree with it. It's just like, let's not pretend like it's the be-all end-all best resource for every single player. That's the problem I have. That's when I get on these tirades and kind of soapboxes. It's whenever somebody is talking like about a generalization that they think applies to anyone who's trying to like accomplish something in a game. Like I just never have believed in that. I don't think that it's like a one-size-fits-all scenario. I just don't. I just don't. I recognize some people do. I would argue that you should be more flexible with your approach, 1, to learning, 2, to strategic thinking. How dare you not memorize every single line of code? Shame on me. A lot of text explanations on YouTube have errors. That's fine. A lot of books have typos in them. I don't really understand what we're talking about. No, yeah, we're good, guys. I understand where everyone's coming from. I was just speaking more broadly. I take issue when people are like, you need to do this. This is the way. If you're having trouble with it, do this. This is the way. That's the only thing. Exactly. You can always figure it out yourself, too. You can always figure it out yourself. Everybody's different. All roads lead to Rome. What the fuck am I doing? That's what I'm doing. I want to live in a society, or like not a society. I want to live in an internet where every Celeste player just hold hands and is happy for each other. It's never going to happen. And I'm not saying that because of anybody in this chat. I'm saying that there have been people like, I have a clear enough vision of the Celeste community now that I can tell that there are some insufferable pricks in it, which goes for any community. I just like, this game is so good. I wish we all could just get along. I wish we all could just get along. I wish we didn't have to gatekeep like, oh, my time's better than yours and all this shit. I wish we could all just get along. Because someone made a really good game and somewhere along the line, everybody decided that they had to have their ego attached to it, which I fucking hate. Which I know is just a rehash conversation I have on the stream regularly. I hate backseating in gaming though. It really frustrates me. Like, we all get to play game, we're all winners. Have you heard that the Merriam-Webster dictionary once had the word "dort" in it, defined as density in chemistry? It is a completely fake word that arises because of a misunderstanding. I actually haven't heard of that. That's interesting. Gamers when cool game. Yeah, that's the problem with cool games. When games are really cool and really good and have deep mechanics, you get the hyper obsessive fans that are just like, they're basically like, what's the word? They're fanatics and they just want to share and spread the love like a crusade of just like passion. They're just like, this game's awesome. More people need to play it. Those people are awesome. And then you have other people that are just like,
my precious, no one else should play Celeste. I have gotten all the best split times. Anyone else who plays it is inferior to me. No, you're playing the game wrong. Go!
And I hate those people. I think they should go fuck themselves. But if you love a game and you're passionate about it and you just want to go online and talk about it and tell people about how cool it is and how they should play it and check it out, based. The voice acting went hard. Thank you. What's up, Abdul? If you just joined, great timing. You should consider voice acting. I went to acting school. I've talked about this on stream before. I love voice acting. If I ever have an opportunity to voice act professionally in this life, I will take it. How that road will lead to Rome, I don't know. But, you know, I'm open to it. That would be pretty PogChamp epic. But I appreciate the compliment. Thank you. That's really nice. Very kind. Yeah, and that's the other thing, Gaming Mitkex. Like, I can definitely understand that since this game has been out for a while, all the people who have, like, fanaticized about it are at that super high level. But again, like, I think with anything, if you get to a super high level in something, you gotta have an appreciation and tenderness in your heart for the people who are just getting in at the ground floor. Like, you don't have to, like, and I think a bit of it is like, it's not a coping mechanism, it's a defensive mechanism. You're like afraid that, like, because I felt this before. Like, I don't even remember what the movie was, but I remember the first time I experienced this feeling. I was in like kindergarten or preschool, and this was back in the day where, like, yes, go ahead and say Unk Boom or whatever. You could bring in VHSs, which were cassette tapes that were played in VCRs, and we would play that during like just when we wanted to watch like a video during free time during school. And I did that one time, and I brought in one of my favorite movies. I don't even remember what it was, but I remember anecdotally telling like one of my siblings about it. I was just like, we turned on the movie and everyone really liked the movie, and something in me was like, felt weird. Like, I felt really sad. I felt like I was betraying like the thing I loved by sharing it with everybody and them also liking it. It was a weird feeling. And that was the earliest I remember feeling that feeling, was when I was like 5 years old. But guess what? That's a bad feeling. That is gatekeeping. If you have a weird emotional protective reaction of the thing you like when it's shared with others, or it becomes popularized, or it becomes mainstream, and you have that kind of hipster reaction to it, you're the asshole. It's good when the things you like are shared with others. It's good when other people get to experience the joy you do. When we get to gatekeeping, all roads lead to gatekeeping. I always end up talking about gatekeeping in gaming, because it is one of the main things that plagues the internet these days. Everybody talking about, I'm good at game, you're bad at game, you don't deserve to breathe. Which I know I'm preaching to the choir. I know none of you think that way. I would hope. But it still exists out there. And that's why people still give gamers a bad name. I mean, with Celeste, I don't think there's any convincing anyone needs to do. Like, you just have someone, like, as with anything, you have someone try something out. If they like it, they'll take to it, you know? But I also don't believe that there's some kind of psyop of like convincing someone to do something. Like I don't think so. I think it's cool that if you're saying, hey, you should try this out, but I think the greater act is just like, I think most people these days, and it's something I actually pride myself on, I try to be good about this. When one of my friends recommends something, I don't do what I would guess 99% of the people watching right now, and most people these days do, where I'll just blanket like, I'll add it to the list. I'll do it someday. Like, no, like when someone talks about something that is meaningful to them and they're just like, oh, you gotta check this out. Fucking listen to them. Because guess what? If you check that out, you then have something to talk to them about. And also they're just like, holy shit, you actually checked out that thing that I said I'm obsessed about and I love? Wow, you're not a fucking fake asshole like most of the population. That's awesome that you did that. That's crazy. Meanwhile, it's just like, no, I like stuff that is cool and awesome too. Why would I not check that out? You know what I mean? Like, we all make this shit so complicated. If someone tells you something is cool, listen to them. Try it out. If you like it, guess what? You now have another cool, awesome thing you know about. If it doesn't resonate with you, no harm, no foul. You tried something new. Isn't that what life's all about? Trying out stuff and seeing what you like and don't like? But also, when you like something, you share it. When you don't like something, you fucking move on and you keep looking for the stuff you do like. You don't sit on the stuff you don't like and then you're just like, I don't like this thing. It's like, cool, bro. Tape it to your fucking forehead. We all have stuff we like and don't like. The stuff we like is worth talking about. The stuff we don't like, you move on from. This is a huge mess, guys. Remember having to rewind those for a solid 15 minutes just to rewatch a movie? Yeah, kids these days, they don't know. With VHSs, they simply don't know. Honestly, a fucked up time. And the tape would get fucked up sometimes, then you'd never be able to watch your favorite thing again. Brutal. Yeah, guys, for those of you new to the Goldens grind, if you look at the Goldens to do, it has every Golden that I have not completed yet. If it's not on that list, I've already done it. Absolutely diabolical. 3A's cursed, bro. You can't jinx, y'all. You can't jinx. You can't jinx. You can't jinx. Vibes are a real thing. Vibes and energy are a real thing. Some people think they're hee hee ha ha. You can't jinx. I deserve a solid hour timeout. No, no. You know what, Lipton? Love yourself. It's okay. Look, I'm not upset by it. That Oshiro felt very good. That Oshiro felt as good as it's ever felt. I know I can run it back and get it, you know? And that was great confidence for my Oshiro. And it made me realize how slow I can go, you know? I can go so slow there. Surprisingly, I'm really not too pissed about that because it didn't feel like I fluked it. Like I've got this shit in my bones, you know? Exactly. It was a very composed sweep. We were almost there. It's not a question of if this time, it's when. Literally just the misdash. I don't even know if it was a misdash. It was just like, it was kind of short. I think I just needed to, I needed to grab, like I didn't climb. I did the classic wall kick. I wall kicked off. It sucked. Right at the fucking... Literally the same thing that happened at 5A. I'm not going to talk about the fucking semantics of what went wrong. That's going to piss me off, okay? I know it went wrong. He clip farming? I fucking wish, bro. Actually, yeah, someone clip that. At the very least, I want to get a fucking short out of it. At the very least, at least I got a short out of it. Did it once, can do it again. Literally, I was thinking as I went to that Oshiro, I was like, I didn't want to say it, but I was like, in my head, I was like, if I die on Oshiro, we're going to run the Oshiro checkpoint until we get it deathless like 3 times in a row, you know? I said, don't 5A. That's my bad. Yeah, that's awful energy. Like, that is one thing, Lipton. Like, we'll tell you that we're still okay with you. And, like, obviously you're welcome and you have a seat at the stable. Don't ever bring that energy to my function ever again. That is horrible vibes. Like, genuinely. Even joking, that's terrible vibes. Anyway, what do you guys want to talk about now? We were yapping about bullshit until we got to the actual section that mattered. What do you guys want to yap about now? Clearly, I can autopilot most of Chapter 3 now. Let's talk about animals. What are y'all's favorite animals? Mine? I've been partial to cats in my adult life. I think cats are nice. Bullshit, what the fuck? Favorite breakfast drink? That reminds me, I better sip my coffee. Birds? What's up, Christian? Car? Are you saying your favorite animal is car, or are you saying that we should talk about a car? Orange juice hype? Oh shit, Aiden, you might be right about that. I might actually need to get on my orange juice grind. Fuck, I do go through phases where a morning glass of orange juice... Oh, shit, that sounds really good, actually. Yo, what's up, Yoga? Welcome back to the stream. You missed the most heartbreaking fucking thing. This is why we do Goldens. It's such content, bro. Fuck! I have a cat. He's so cute. Aw, I want a cat. Y'all, if I had a cat, would you like me more? If I had a stream cat? It's okay, you can be honest. I'd agree. Where was the death? I wall jumped on the very last, like, platform of the last room of Oshiro. You can rewind on YouTube about 10 minutes. It was bad. Or if not, you can wait until tomorrow's short. I am almost positive that tomorrow's short is going to be that moment. Because it was painful. Apple juice supremacy. Apple juice also hits. Yeah, literally like the last input of the room. He's a tan tabby, but for some reason he's really fluffy, and yes, get a cat. Yeah, I want to get a cat. I should probably make sure that I'm making money off of my YouTube channel before I get an animal. Or like, not an animal. I meant like an animal companion. A familiar, if you will. Who upworlding their Warcraft? Or I guess that's also, familiars are also in like D&D and shit. Fantasy nerd shit. I don't know, guys. Maybe it's Stockholm Syndrome. Can I just say it? I love 3A. And I love playing it. I actually don't even have a problem having to replay this level right now. I bet y'all are more upset than I am. Become the cat you want to see in the world? Now we're talking about cat girls, I think. Have you ever drank that passion orange guava juice stuff? No, I haven't, but that sounds fucking delicious. Like, mango is one of my favorite fruits. Like, I love a mango smoothie. Or like when I was in New York, we went to this like little pop-up shop ice cream place, and I got a mango sorbet. That shit was pretty good, dude. It was also a pretty hot day that day. That shit was pretty good. What if I talked like that? Stage 1 denial? Hey. Stage 2 is anger, right? We need cowboys, as in cat boys, but cow? Wait. Wait, are cat boys the modern version of cowboys? Like, are we gonna start seeing, like, the way that we see Western movies? Are we gonna see movies about cat boys just nyanning? Nyan. Hollywood win. Why'd everyone get quiet? Why are you booing me? I'm right. Y'all ready for this corner kick? You're clipping it. No! Actually, yes, please do. I love when people clip stuff. Guys, as a good reminder, we have a Teej Clips channel on Discord. If you see something worth clipping, be sure to throw it on in there. I might make it into a short. Ha ha ha. At the very least, we'll watch it back together at the beginning of next stream. And wouldn't that be... Oh, so how about this weather we've been having? Crazy stuff. It's crazy how the world can just have different weather in different places depending on where you are in it. It's a weird thing. K-pop Demon Hunters? Wait, why'd you say K-pop Demon Hunters? That shit's awesome. Have you guys seen K-pop Demon Hunters? I think they're so cool. Fire movie, 10 out of 10. I'm saying. I'm done hiding. Now I'm shining like I'm... You know what I'm saying? My mic probably clipped that. Gotta be on it. I'm glad we're all on the same page. Is it still the most watched movie on Netflix? Bro, I drink that Kool-Aid. That movie is fucking sick. That movie makes me feel shit, bro. Down in my very heart and soul. Also, what it sounds like at the end of the movie, that shit makes me want to, like, punch a hole through a building. It's so fucking empowering. Yo, what's up, Ashling? That movie makes a motherfucker feel bulletproof. After I saw that movie, I was like, I think the kids are going to be all right. Smash or pass Genu? Not for me, unfortunately. Not for me. No spoilers. Hey, Teej, what does it feel like to misinput the last dash? Oh, I've already moved past it. I'm a better and changed person. Fuck! Sorry, that was just some residual anger. I don't know where it came from. But I'm happy. It sounds like a stupid movie until you watch, but it's by the same team for Spider-Verse. That's what I'm saying. And that's how, because I first watched that movie when I was on my LA trip a couple months ago. And I saw my friends Jake and Ray. And they said the same thing. They're like, look, the title's dumb, but trust me, it's peak. And I was like, I trust you. And then I watched it. And my molecules got all rearranged. Phantom, phantom. First woke up, I realized I had snow white hair and glowy green eyes. I could walk through walls, disappear, and fly. Gotta catch 'em all because he's Danny Phantom. And that's what K-pop Demon Hunters did to me. No! What the fuck? Have you brought a boat to Denial? Yeah. I can't believe Chara made him downright dash instead of right dash. Yeah, Chara is my greatest op. I'm fine, guys. I could play 3A. I could attempt 3A Golden for the next 10 years of my life and be fine with it. It doesn't bother me. The only way the ops win is if you get bothered by it, you know? But I like this level. It's one of my favorite levels in the game. The stage... Why are you saying I'm in denial? 3A is the best chapter in the game. Like, unquestionably, you know? In fact, I don't understand why people give it such a bad rap. Thank you, Angel, for the explanation. I couldn't remember who Chara was. I remember it was related somehow to Undertale, but thank you. I think you could tell by my hesitant yes-anding that I couldn't remember. I was at an AI con thing yesterday, and for the first hour, I saw 0 KPDH cosplays, and I got worried. Luckily, I found a trio cosplayed as Huntrix eventually. Oh, nice. Were their cosplays good? I don't know what half those nouns were, but I do know Huntrix girls to the world! You know? If you unironically say that, you might need a break from Celeste. Unironically say what? Oshiro is our husbandos, collectively, right? Chara, why'd you make Angel explain the Chara? Why'd you make him into that meme? Turtles all the way down, huh? First time I was drunk, wasn't wanting to watch it, but I did just to make fun of it, and one thing led to another, and is now one of my favorites. I showed it to my mother lately, and she liked it. I think if you watch that movie and you don't feel something, you might be a piece of ass. Wait, a piece of ass is a good thing. You might be, you might need to, 3A is actually fun and timing puzzles are fun. I'm saying, dude. I love Oshiro so much I made a nickname for him. Oshitro. Yeah, I'd kiss him. Ayo. Wait, why'd you say Ayo? Ayo, ayo. You are a psychopath if you don't feel anything. You may be a serial killer. I'm glad that we've all come to the agreement on that. Do you guys think there's going to be a sequel to K-pop Demon Hunters? And do you also think that the sequel has impossible shoes to fill? And it's probably going to be just kind of okay by comparison to the first movie, but you're kind of okay with it because you love the characters so much that you want to see them again? They're already making a sequel? Of course they are. Like, with something like that, you don't not make a sequel. They're like, yo, free money printer? Let's go. Also, there's so much like merchandising you can do with that shit. Bro, like, they invented a fucking kids movie with the aesthetic of K-pop. That shit is a money printer. Yeah, and that's not me being a hater. That's not me being like, oh, I hope the sequel fails. It's just like, I know when lightning in a bottle is caught, and just as an artist and a creative, and I know that trying to recapture lightning in a bottle is a fool's errand. Especially like if you thought that there was a bunch of executive oversight for the Netflix project that just popped off and became like the #1 most viewed movie in the world. If you thought there was executive oversight for that, imagine how much people are going to want to put their grubby little hands on the creative process for the sequel. It's not that I want it to fail. It just kind of destined is to not have the same liberty and freedom that the first one did. That's just the nature of sequels. They're like, wow, this did really well the first time. Let's now do all we can to get too many cooks in the kitchen on this. That's why Ted 1 was good, but Ted 2 wasn't as good. The Ted 2 or the Ted movies poll for an example of sequels is crazy to me. And maybe that's my age showing. The common one I do is which is a counterpoint to what I'm saying, is Shrek. Because I am a person who thinks that Shrek 2 is way better than Shrek 1. I think Shrek 1 is simple and effective, but Shrek, like, given the option of if I could watch Shrek 1 or Shrek 2 right now, I would choose Shrek 2. Because I think Shrek 2 is just a more enjoyable watch. The rest of the Shrek movies are mid. I actually haven't seen any of the Sonic movies, but I have heard they're good. Like, all of them are good. Mike Myers, Austin Powers. Yeah, but with Austin Powers, they kind of lean into the fact that every movie is basically the same thing. Like, if you watch all 3 of the movies back to back, they follow the same formula every single time. Which might be them commenting on, like, the genre of spy movies in and of itself. But I also just think they're trying to get their bag and leave. Like, most of the jokes are just rehashes of the first movie. Yeah, I'll definitely watch them at some point, I think. I'll definitely watch them at some point, I think. Listen to, like, how... The paradox of those words. The live-action Cat in the Hat. Yeah, I mean, cinema peaked with the live-action Cat in the Hat, and we've been trying to recapture that ever since. And we just haven't been able to. But people have tried. K-pop Demon Hunters was a fair shake. Dude, I keep dying on this room. There we go. White Chicks, yeah. Another great movie. Another great movie, great record. Any Mel Brooks movie? What's a good Mel Brooks movie? Ah! Oh, yeah, Spaceballs and Blazing Saddles. That's right. Those are the classics. And for those of you who don't know, the producers, the original with Zero Mostel, but also the musical version with Nathan Lane and Matthew Broderick. One of my personal favorites. I did that show in high school, and it was the first lead I ever had. I was Leo Bloom, if you could believe it. And that shit was pretty fun. So it holds a tender place in my heart. Yeah, kiss it, lick it, suck it. Yeah, etc. You already have Celeste emotes? Damn, you truly are becoming a Celeste streamer. It's funny you say that, Gaming Mitkex, because I'm pretty sure those emotes were added within like a week of me playing Celeste. Like, we've had them for a very long time. Even before I really played it. Because I think just so many members of my community were Celesters. Yeah, I feel like Springtime for Hitler would never fly in today's day and age. Which is fair, it probably shouldn't. It's surprising it ever did. Which, of course, the joke is, you know, they're talking about how offensive it is. I just don't think that it would play, given the current, geopolitical climate. Yeah, I probably should lock in a bit. fucking knew it, dude. I knew I fluked it that one time. I hate that room. Hate that fucking room, dude. We go again. That was the thing. That was honestly the most upsetting thing about failing that one run, was because of I knew in the run where I choked on the last room of Oshiro, I knew I had fluked that one room I just died on. Like, I was just like, I should have died on that, and I didn't. And I got very lucky. What's up, TK Dove? What are your childhood movies? I used to watch a lot of Disney movies. Speaking of Matthew Broderick, Inspector Gadget, Chicken Run, Small Soldiers. I watched a lot of movies when I was a kid, to be fair. My family definitely loved watching movies. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. How many hours do you have on the game? No idea. And I don't have a good representation because I often forget and leave my game on, so the Steam hours are not representative either. Yeah, the fucking live action Inspector Gadget. Crazy. Kids these days, they don't know. Well, that's easier. Oops. Yeah, I would say I'm like right on the crux of Gen Z and millennial. I identify more with Gen Z, but I'm definitely like I'm on the edge. Which makes you a very like culturally confused individual, I must say. Like, I've been terminally online for all of my formative years, but I was raised by like millennial culture, which is just, it creates a very interesting individual. I actually never really played Angry Birds back in the day, which is crazy. The youngest millennial and the oldest Gen Z? Yeah. You're kind of a gross middle child of history in that way, you know? Grew up with 2000s emo punk? Yeah. Based. The time when fucking All American Rejects and MCR ruled the world. And not just like, you know, like it was mainstream music. Like everybody liked it. It wasn't just like the scene kids or whatever. Oh, God. That may have been risky. I don't really know. Fuck. Dance, fucker, dance. Cut my life into pieces. I actually don't know. Can you feel my heart? Feeling like a freak on a leash. Okay. Right. I didn't know that was the lyric. Yeah, I never really listened to Bring Me the Horizon. He's back to Goldens. Let's go. What's up, Vimifu? Yes, we are back to Goldens. It's pretty hype. Their new stuff is fire? Nice. Who's Dan TDM again? That name is familiar. Oh, the Diamond Minecraft guy, got you. The guy who called out KSI? I actually missed that. What did he call out KSI for? Yeah, Minecraft YouTuber rings a bell. Lunchley? Oh, I think I vaguely remember something with that. I think I do remember something vaguely with that. Oh, that was like, I was a pixel further down, I died. Unquestionably. Just searched up Dan TDM and he's fully bald. Hey, that's what happens, man. The older you get, you lose the follicles. One way or another. It does surprise me that Hot Topic still exists. Like, not the fact that, like, the business is still running. It's just, like, that was so quintessentially, like, it was part of the branding of the time. You know what I mean? Like, it was just, like, it's hard to describe. So to see it exist outside of that time period is kind of like, uncanny valley in a way. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know it's still big, but it was quintessential of the era. Those were the words I was looking for. I did that so early. Wow. I'm gonna go pee real quick. I'll be right back. We can get this today. I feel it. I'm gonna go pee. I will be right back. I think that run, I found a pretty consistent strat for the scary room. So I feel pretty confident now, actually. I think I locked in. The up left, when I'm on the right cycle, up left. I wait until it's top going down, straight dash. I wait until it's top going down, straight dash. So I feel pretty confident now. I think we'll get it. I'm back! Got a Dr. Pepper on deck for when I need it. Yeah, again, I think those of you who have been speedrunning Celeste for a long time, I don't have problems repeating myself. The demo feels inconsequential for you. It does not for me. I'd go for demo too if I had a lot more experience in this game than I currently do, but I don't. Key room's scary, but it is what it is. I would say though, if you have a sub 40 time in any percent speedrunning, I definitely understand why you would go for demo. You're a lot more consistent than I am. I don't know. Something about this isn't really bothering me, though. Like, I'm having a pretty good time. Which is weird, because I remember this being super frustrating before we took a break from it. Maybe I was just burnt out on Goldens, since we had done so many. But I don't know. Even with, like, messing up and failing runs, it still feels pretty chill, you know? It's just not bothering me as much as it once did. Like, playing the game is just kind of fun. Imagine I get the golden, but with, like, the fucking sub 40 strats. That was foolish. I shouldn't have done that. But if you're not losing, you're not learning, you know? And I had a pretty good time doing that all the same. It's fun to go fast and into the abyss. Maybe that's just my opinion. Uh-oh. That was the classic wall kick. Or wall jump, wall kick. I actually can't remember the difference. When you kick back away from a wall, it's called a wall kick, right? Not a wall jump. I always forget that. Yo, what's up, Pierre? Good to see you. Yeah, it's about comfort at the end of the day. Again, the quickest thing to piss me off is someone saying that there's a one-size-fits-all solution for something. It's a quick way for me to not fuck with you. So I agree with what Yogo says. It's comfort for an individual player. What's your PB? I died at the very last possible moment that I could in the Oshiro section. So literally like 20 pixels away from the end. Like I basically have it. I just have to get there again. That was your last PB before you got it? Yeah, I like wall kicked off the fucking edge. Okay, so wall kick is specifically jumping away from a wall. Yeah, I wall kicked by accident. If I had just been holding climb air, I would have been fine. But I wasn't holding climb. I like wall kicked on like the exact off pixel I was on like the last ledge of that screen. And Oshiro killed me. It was devastating. And I had played it so calmly up until then. But guess what? It happened right when my brain was like, sweet, I just have this last jump. And to be fair, my brain turned off a bit. I was like, I'm done. It happens in speedruns too, man. When your brain starts doing that around like flag I'd say 10 of chapter 7, you're like, oh, I'm basically there. And it's like, no, the second your brain's having that thought, you're no longer present in the moment. You're fucked. You know? How would you go along with practicing silvers or maps without? What do you mean? $7A golden made me lose my sanity. Yeah, that's still further down the line for us. Yeah, it's hard to stay locked for so long. Yeah, that map is like minimum, like over 10 minutes. Which, to be fair, with Goldens, I probably... When, y'all, for folks in chat, when y'all are doing Goldens, do you ever just, like, pause in the middle of a level and you're just kind of like... Because I often forget that, like, that's probably okay to do, right? Like, you can just kind of pause and, like, look away for a second. Obviously to, like, varied success, but... I should probably do that more. Like, I should probably pause before the Oshiro section, just kind of lock in. Time is not a concern. Yeah, exactly. Like, there's just a tendency I have in games I play to want to rush, but I really don't need to. Like, especially, like, that time where I almost got it, and I was playing the Oshiro rooms, I was going so, like, I think some of y'all were probably pretty proud of me. I was going so fucking slow. Like, I was stopping at every single obstacle, letting Oshiro pass me, and then continuing, which I think is the move. I think I'm going to keep doing that because it felt very safe, but I need to get back there first. Wipe hands, breathe air, crash in all you want. True. I also understand continuing to go to keep your rhythm rev. That makes sense. I often think I'm the same way, but I also think I can self-sabotage myself sometimes by, like, if I take a break right now, I'll lose my rhythm, you know? I think it's a tricky balance that we all need to find. You just do sub 50 strats for it? Yeah, fair enough. Huge mess time. Yeah, I don't even want to think about 5B golden. Which I think is one of the next ones on the list, huh? I haven't done that one yet. What's everybody's berry count? Curious. We haven't had a golden stream in a while, so I'm not sure what everyone's goldens or like mine's 191. Drop your berry counts in chat. 198. Oh, Lipton's nearly there. Oh yeah, I'm So Lonely is a real one. 98, 197. What's up, Lipton? Is the number going to keep going down? 192, soon to be to 193. Nice. B golden isn't as bad as it seems when you play it safe. That makes sense, yeah. Like 189. Nice. I would get 202 if Farewell Golden wasn't Farewell Golden. Hey. You either rise to the occasion or you live your life happily without losing your sanity. There can be only one. Yo, what's up, Zio Paparoni? You should play the game, man. Celeste is fun. Your half of your 7A golden attempts died to 0 meters because you tried to get to the actual hard part. Yeah, just rushing. That's tough. This room's scary. I don't know why. Yeah, I've gotten dashless. One of the first golden berries I got. With chat's help. All right, I fucking hallucinated. That's cool. This the hardest A-side golden? Oh, what's Humpy Cove? It's the hardest golden I've done. I've got like a mental block on it or something. Yeah, we'll get it one of these times. I think my eyes are just getting tired. Like, literally, I know I must have just hit the edge of that. I thought that I was taking things nice and slow, but it's just eye fatigue when you are this focused for even a couple hours. So probably next time I get right before Oshiro, I should do the thing where I pause for a second and I just, like, kind of blink a bit. Because that was definitely eye fatigue. That's happened to me before in Celeste, and I'm sure it's happened to some of you too who kind of marathon and play this game a lot. Your eyes just aren't seeing what's real. Like you touch a spinner that you didn't think was there, type shit. Woo! Oshiro is like my Moby Dick, dude. Thinking on coming back to the 202 grind? You should, yeah. It's always there until you beat it. The beautiful thing about the 202 grind is once you beat it, you're done. Then you get to play the game. If you get far enough, it turns into Brain Fatigue Plus. Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm pretty sure the first stream where I played 7C, That was like the most brain fatigued I ever felt in a Celeste stream to date. But I just loved the level so much that I got into the level at the end of like already like a 4-hour Celeste stream. And something in my brain broke and I was like, I'm streaming until I beat this level. But I was like seeing after images and shit. It was not good. Would not recommend. Yeah, what's up, Goldie? Yes, Goldens are back. Back and better than ever. I don't know, but there really is like a certain peace that comes with doing Goldens. I actually really like the vibe of this stream right now. It's quite relaxing. I hope it's relaxing for folks in chat too, and those lurking. I also noticed in general, and I don't know if this started after I started speedrunning Celeste, I grip my controller less tensely than I used to. Which for anyone who's learned any kind of physical skill, that's usually a sign that you're getting more comfortable, you know, which is great. Which is also coincidentally how you continue to improve at something is you aren't so tight when you do it, you know? You can kind of be a little loose. So that's a W as well. It's been a while since I've been on stream. Has it? I feel like I saw you a few days ago. I don't track nothing about my Goldens, not gonna lie. Yeah. In my head, Goldens are like a binary thing, you know what I mean? You either have them or you don't. Which is why like I'm pretty dogmatic in my approach to Goldens in that if I start a Golden, I don't really want to stop that grind until I get it. Like I think I'm just kind of like if my eventual goal is to get all 202 berries, I think I'm lying to myself, procrastinating getting one of them if I get tilted by it. I think the better answer is to just like kill the part of you that tilts, not like, you know, you shouldn't like adjust accordingly to your tilt. You know what I mean? In the way that I've learned to enjoy doing 3A more than when I first was attempting this Golden, I think it's part of my path to eventually getting the 3A Golden. You know what I mean? Like I'm really not having, like I'm having a pretty good time right now playing this level. I know that sounds like coping, but it's just kind of true. I think I just fucking like Celeste. Is that such a crime? Of course, software dev thinks in binary. Yeah, you got me. Didn't need to rush there. Hard to turn off speedrun brain, though, for sure. You're a lot better now compared to the last time you tried this, and that's also true. I was a lot more of a scuffed player a month and change ago. Our last Golden stream. Working on speedrunning has paid dividends. Yeah, exactly. And I think speedrunning is unlocked. To Aiden's point, I think speedrunning and trying to min-max and optimize the level has made me like it more. Which I know a lot of people in chat have been saying since the beginning. They've been like, well, you know, you'll probably... I don't know. It's just been like a fundamental like shift in my brain. Like I'm like, playing the level doesn't feel like a waste of my time. It feels like I'm becoming more familiar with it, you know? Whereas before, I think before I was speedrunning, playing a level over and over again felt like a waste of my time. And to be fair, it might feel like more of a waste of my time when I'm working on a level that isn't part of any percent. You know what I mean? Well, that's also what's kind of been exciting about working on 5B is I know that we still haven't gotten the 5B Golden. So in the back of my head, I'm like, oh boy, you know, this is a Golden we still have to get. It's nice that I'm getting reps on this level, you know? So it all kind of feeds into each other. To be honest, if you speedrun it enough, it turns into the easier route. For sure, yeah. And I'm being honest with myself. Like, a lot of the strats I'm not doing, it's just because I'm not consistent with them. Like, I'm not consistent enough with them to Like, I'm not doing deathless speedrun runs yet. You know what I mean? Like, I still have quite a few deaths. Like, I'll die in a room, and then I'll have to do a backup or whatever. Like, I'm just not there yet. I'd rather play safe, but for sure. I see the vision, and I see the reasoning for why some people who has more experience speedrunning this game than I have, I see why y'all would go for the speedrun strat. But it's not so natural to me yet, you know? Do you have a VR headset? I don't, but my roommate Austin does. It's in our living room. I've used it like once. I'm not much of a VR guy. Would someone that speedruns Deltarune be a speedrunner? Yeah. I think if you speedrun any game, you're allowed to classify yourself as a speedrunner. Oh, was it a pun? Oh, you said speedrunner. Sorry, my brain's rotted from Goldens. VR centers are better than at-home VR games? Yeah, dude, Jake. Me and Austin still talk about that shit. That shit was awesome. For those of you who don't know, like, when I visited Jake and Ray in LA a couple months ago, I think I said it when I got back from the stream. I can't remember. We went to, like, a real-life VR center where we basically played in a fucking FPS in a big warehouse type location. It was one of the coolest gaming experiences in my fucking life. Would recommend. Can't wait to do it again at some point. It was awesome. And all of us just loved it. We were just gushing. Like, we got to do like fucking COD zombies, but in VR. It was so cool. Would recommend if y'all are able to find a place like that near you. Seriously, like a 10 out of 10 experience. That's epic. Yeah, dude. I couldn't believe it. And I do think the answer to like movement in VR right now is just simply like get a big enough space for it, which unfortunately isn't true for like, you know, in-home entertainment for VR. But damn, when someone can just like rent out a warehouse, holy shit, by the way. Almost died. That is like, because, you know, like they're building like, I think we've talked about this on stream before too. They're building like all those like treadmills and that kind of thing to kind of compensate for being able to move around on foot in VR. All of it still seems fairly cumbersome and not too convincing at this point. I'm sure someone smarter than most of us is going to figure out the breakthrough that gets us there, but ultimately, if you can just get a really big room where the limits of the play area might as well be boundless, you've solved the problem. But, you know, it's a pretty unrealistic, like, it's kind of a brute force solution, you know? I'd suggest Resident Evil 4 VR. I haven't played a lot of the Resident Evil games even just regularly. That could be cool. So either the treadmill or brain chips get so advanced we can simulate it. Yeah, for sure. But, you know, the treadmill is probably has a shorter development life cycle than or a shorter projected development cycle than the brain chips, right? We'll probably see the treadmill sooner than because the problem with brain chips and that kind of thing and like augmented reality, but augmented reality by using manipulation of your brain and like its signals without being invasive and without like being dangerous, like they're gonna have to play test that shit on like, it's gonna become very unethical. Like fucking the lab rats of it all, it's gonna be really unethical for a second there. And even then, it's gonna be a slippery slope, man. Uh-oh. W save? AR can't be that safe. I think it can be if you're using like a an external device, like goggles. Damn, I ran out of stamina. But certainly not if it's literally like plugging into your brain. I think anything that plugs into your brain that is an electronic, they're gonna need something better than a surge protector on that thing. You know what I mean? Right, like someone could hack that technology. They're gonna, if we want to get there, they're gonna need like, there's a lot going into that. We're gonna see the treadmills a lot sooner. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, you already kind of feel weird coming out of the VR headset, right? Like you kind of like, at least for me, like, I kind of feel a little barfy. I feel a little bit like, whoa, my reality doesn't feel like reality anymore. I'm sure that's only going to be exacerbated when it's literally like your brain is being manipulated. Do you know what I mean? I don't know how they're going to do that unless there's some way to basically save like a backup of your consciousness so that the version of your brain being manipulated is just like basically a temp like fucking blob of your brain that's then overwritten with your original brain afterwards. I don't know. That's just me using like software dev mumbo jumbo though, but it's weird to think about. I feel like people in chat are just horrified right now. Because then there's the whole idea of like, you know, humans already experience phantom pains, like when someone loses a limb and they can still kind of feel their arm. How's that going to feel once we're like messing with our sensory input, you know? I don't know. The whole thing reeks of just like unethical lawsuits, like crimes against humanity type shit. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe, guys. I'm trying to get 1,000 subs. We're almost there. Also, I'm putting anything proprietary in my brain, open source or bust. Yeah. I would highly recommend not... When Apple introduces the new Apple brain chip, you probably shouldn't put that in your head because it's probably like the same way, like, you know how sometimes you just load up your like TikTok or whatever, or like whatever platform you use, and the algorithm is so good now that it'll just like pull up whatever you were talking about with someone recently. And that's not because we're being surveilled audio-wise. It's just because the algorithms are that good at predicting our behavior. It's like the classic story of like a woman was shopping at Walmart and she was recommended like all these like baby clothes and items before she even knew she was pregnant. You know, that type of shit. Like that shit's just kind of crazy. I don't think it even becomes problematic with just pain. Like, I think, I mean, we've already kind of hacked our brains in that way, right? Like, we've talked about how social media, and when I say we've talked about, like, obviously, yes, on stream, but collectively as, like, an online culture, we've recognized how dangerous social media is and all this stuff, you know? Like, all of our feeds and the stuff that are meant to keep us in these, like, low-friction dopamine reward traps, right? Like, in a way, our senses are already hacked in that regard. So what happens, like, I would argue that the quicker way to hack someone's mind is not through inducing pain, but inducing pleasure. So what happens when those, like, neural links are able to induce pleasure that basically feels like heroin? Something far more stronger and more visceral than even our social media feeds are able to do. We're probably beyond cooked at that point, you know? We'll look back at where we're at currently and be like, maybe it wasn't so bad, you know? But I mean, sci-fi's been talking about this shit for years, right? It's nothing new. Yum, VR heroin. Good thing we got the Geneva Convention. Yeah, we can hope. Yeah, the classic, like, 100 years of solitary confinement. It's 10 seconds. That's very Black Mirror, you know? But, I mean, it's true, you know? Like, what if, like, the consequences of a punishment, you can make someone fully reap them, but, you know, you can still get them out just in time to become a productive member of society again. And a wage servant. Yum, yum, yum. Corporations will love that. Yes, let's send all the offenders to jail, so long as they can be workers soon enough. Heroin, but with ads? The best kind of heroin. The kind of heroin that passively makes AdSense. This Neuralink is brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends. Yep. We think ads are intrusive now. They only, like, the years start coming, they don't stop coming. Ads just get more and more insistent. You can do it. Thanks, Zane. Green Zane Beast. It sounds a little like Mozambique. I think that's why I like saying it. Green Zane Beast, Mozambique. Me, when my intrusive thoughts turned into buying 1,000 euros worth of product from Amazon. I got an Amazon brain chip last week. Yeah. I mean, we all like to think that we're not easily targetable by this kind of stuff, right? But no one's safe. We're all sheeple under the right framing devices. My FBI agent after I got a brain chip. They're like, fuck! I can't access their thoughts anymore. I'm gonna pause here. Because I haven't done this yet, and I'm gonna keep my word to my past self. For your brain to think a second in a year, you need 630 megawatts of power, which is around enough to power 500,000 houses. Where did you get those numbers? Did you make it the fuck up? It was like the COVID vaccine issue that you were forced to get it and had no choice but to. Is that anti-vax, or speak more to that? If that's an anti-vax message, I disagree with that. I staunchly disagree. Oh, my fucking brain. Damn. I thought I grabbed the wall. Oh, well. What wall? The wall on the dust bunny. Shut the fuck up. The wall under the dust bunny. Yeah, I'm hearing some anti-vax shit in chat. I don't co-sign that. Get vaccinated. If you have a problem with getting vaccinated, that's moronic. Get vaccinated. There's no problem with not having a choice to get vaccinated. There's a thing called fucking like... Oh my god. That's actually brain rot. Like, please. We're not gonna get into conspiracy theories in chat. Like, holy shit, is that misinformed. They got arrested here in Seattle for being unvaccinated. And what were they trying to do while being unvaccinated? Also, what are your sources on that? There's a lot of context missing from what you're saying. Nothing. I saw it on CNN. Yeah, I think people like, I think people just, when there's a vaccine available, they should get it. Yeah, like when I hear the vague thing, people were being arrested for being unvaccinated, that sounds like a lot of context is missing, and a lot of the missing context is like trying to get you enraged of like, look, these people didn't follow the orders. They were just arrested for being unvaccinated. It's like, what else were they fucking doing? They were doing something else. Yeah, it's fear-mongering. That's very irresponsible. You can just say you're anti-vax. I would honestly respect it more if you said you're anti-vax. You don't have to backpedal. Just say you're anti-vax. You don't have to backpedal. And I will very comfortably tell you, I disagree with that, and I think you're misinformed. They're probably not lying. They're just a victim of propaganda. For sure, for sure. But that's why I'm speaking very plainly about this, because I need to let you know that that's bad. That is bad. I think you've been taken advantage of by your information sources. People who teach you to mistrust your doctors and vaccinations are pretty despicable people. I'm not saying you are. I'm saying the people who have manipulated you to feel that way do not have your best interests. But that's part, you know, being on the internet is very hard. I'm not anti-vax, I'm neutral on that. Okay. That's fine if you're not anti-vax. I'm letting you know that a lot of the sentiments you're expressing favor the anti-vax side of the argument. Like the fact that you're even introducing doubt to it, like that is the anti-vax pipeline of like, they try to introduce that doubt. Like they along with any conspiracy theory, they're just like, well, what if, you know, like that's how they get their hooks in you. I think people have a right to opinions. Oh my God, dude. I agree. It's too bad, man. You try to help someone realize when they're being ignorant and they immediately are just like, you're attacking me. I am not attacking you. I'm so lonely, I'm not attacking you right now. Let me be clear about that because I think I've been speaking very plainly. I have perfect respect for you. Me disagreeing with what you're saying is not a personal attack right now. I am trying to be responsible as someone with a public platform, that when someone is speaking a bunch of stuff that I don't agree with, that I think has the capacity for endangering people's lives through the spread of misinformation, I have to call it out. Please do not fall back and like start licking your wounds because you're like, streamer thinks I'm a bad person now. That is the exact... That is what the people are hoping we do right now. Let's have a conversation. Exactly, Angel. It's used as a weaponized statement. Hey guys, it's been another week where a TeejVeen chatter has revealed themselves to... They misspelled Fauci. The doctor. Being a streamer is hard, man. Being a streamer is fucking hard. And not in like the, oh man, I have to play video games. The whole like cultivating a community. That is the hard part. I'm not complaining right now. I'm just being honest. What's up, Super Doom King? I understand now why streamers try to avoid politics. Because when you start talking about politics, people are going to start saying some crazy shit. It's not about like someone getting a clip of you misrepresenting an opinion you have. It's about just the Pandora's box you open of people saying some shit in your chat. So let's move on from the vaccine discussion, streamer says. Let's talk about other things like ultras. So you get the speed boost from colliding with the ground. Ever heard of delayed ultras? What are delayed ultras? Why'd I do that? Oh my god, I just made this so much harder on myself. I'm epic. That was pretty scary though. Now that right there is a justifiable TJ why this, that. I was scared. Oh. Let's just sit for a sec. Let's sit for a sec. Let's sit for a sec. Now we're not thinking about weird stuff. Oh. 20-minute nap before Oshiro. Three cleansing breaths, chat. Take them with me. I just ate pizza. That's based. So TJ win this, that. Let's go. I'm going down. Yeah, that was safer. It's because the instant dash he does. Let's go. Let's fucking go! Yeah! Oh my god, the mental block's been overcome! Oh my god, our first golden in so fucking long. We did it! We overcame the tilt, guys. We overcame it. We just had to believe. And guess what? There's been a few times where tilt has come in this stream. I let it go. We're so back. Let's go, guys. Guys, also subscribe on YouTube if you haven't. I'm trying to get 1,000 subscribers. So I'm going to monetize my YouTube channel. Just a quick shout out. We're very close. Join the Discord if you haven't. We're going to announce what is going to be tomorrow on Variety Friday. The stream's not over yet. The stream is not over yet. Holy shit, bro. Finally. We got to update the berry count. Sorry about earlier. All good. I'm so lonely. All good. Let's all just share the love right now. Not going to ask for subscribers ever again. Sorry, you may have missed the context on that gaming Mitkex. Once I get 1,000 subscribers, I will never ask for subscribers ever again. And if I do, everyone in chat has permission to clown me. I'm true to my word. I'll never ask for subscribers again. I just want 1,000 subscribers so that YouTube will fucking pay me money. That is it. Okay. So, for those of you who have been around for a bit. Oh, Clown, you died at the last room of 6A? Oh, God. You know what we do here. Y'all know what we do here. It is time once again to vote on the next golden. Because we are a proud democracy here on the TeejVeen stream. If you are on the Twitch side of things somehow, you can join YouTube for a second. We're going to run the poll here. Now, obviously, I do have... What's up, Gaming Paradise? I do have a rough idea of what the next golden should be. But I want to see some ideas in chat. What do you guys want to see next? Now, the most obvious ones are 8A and 6A. 8A and 6A are the obvious ones. If Democracy, why you went for Key Room in 3A? Because I got the golden. I see a 6A. I see a 4B. I see a 5B. 7A. I feel like 6A is probably the most obvious choice. Farewell would be the best. Farewell, no matter what, we're saving till last. What's up, Humphy Kulf? I have a feeling we're going to vote for 6A. I also see 8A. I haven't seen... I feel like 6A has been the 8B. Let's do... What else do we have? I'm trying to... Most people have said 6A. I'm trying to figure out what another vote should be. 6A is long overdue. All right, let's run the poll. Let us run the poll. Next golden grind. 6A. Okay, that's a second 5B I see. I think people want to see 5B, especially since it's in the any percent run. So I think that's fair. Let's run 6A versus 5B. Poll is starting now on YouTube. Chat gets to decide the next golden we do. While y'all are voting, I will go to our goldens list. I will update this. I will remove 3A because we are done with 3A. Bang. That's nice, dude. It's nice to finally make a dent in that list again. What's up, Jersey Gamer? I just got the 3A golden. 192 berries, 10 left, baby. I can't believe I've missed every achievement ever mankind. The beauty about YouTube is you can either rewind the VOD or you can watch every single stream I've ever done after the fact on the live section of my channel. They're always saved. Oh, is it a 6A landslide? You doing farewell? We're eventually going to get there, Jersey Gamer. You better believe we're going to get the farewell. Okay, we have almost 100% voter participation, and it has been quite a landslide. I think we end the poll. 6A has won handily. Bang. So let's crack this thing wide open. We have not started a new Golden in some time. And for those of you unfamiliar, my first ever sub 50 PB yesterday in Celeste Any %, the other Celeste series I currently have ongoing on stream, I got a 48x something. And that was due large in part to a low death run of 6A. Now, it was probably pretty lucky. But I think that we have this in our bones as well. Okay, and yes, I'm just about to ask everybody for some tips on how we should go about 6A. In fact, I'll just read what you guys are already saying because I think it's valuable. It's one of the few you're missing. It's so long. What's up, Sydney? Yeah, we're doing 6A next, and chat knows I do not stop on a Golden until I get it. Would y'all recommend? Should we do? I mean, I speed run the game. I speed run this level, guys. Should we just start with labbing rock bottom till we get it deathless? Should we honestly just start there? Wait, start and resolution aren't part of the Golden? Wait, so can you just start at Lake, Angel? The bat is in 6B. 6A is boring, 4 minutes to battle in. Yeah, I think it's going to be another like 5A situation where you have like a long start. So yeah, we probably just want to work on rock bottom, yeah? Yeah, you start at Lake? Okay, nice. Okay, thanks, guys. The first room of the second part of rock bottom is the worst one, to be honest. Golden collect triggers at the end of rock bottom? All right. So what do you think, chat? Do you think we just, we full send some low death into deathless rock bottoms? And probably once we figure that out, I mean, I'm a speedrunner. The rest is probably gravy, no? This is really just the rock bottom Golden, right? I feel like our task is pretty simple here. Which probably makes it a pretty satisfying Golden. Like, it genuinely feels like a nail-biting boss fight, which it does in the speedrun as well. So I feel like speedrunning has also given me a good taste of the anxiety I'm going to feel on this battle and fight. Say try a low death rock bottom and try to find good setups for the room. Thank God, because imagine how bad it would feel to do all of 6A, then die at resolution. Yeah. Checkpoint chain strategy, why not? Yeah. Let's start on rock bottom. Let's send it. First try deathless? I forgot I was playing my other music. Let's get the game audio back. I was like, this is very calm. I was alt-tabbed out of my game. That doesn't count. That doesn't count. That doesn't count. I was alt-tabbed out of the game. Now we do our first attempt. Let's see how many, or how little deaths we can get, rather. I feel like this Golden's not going to be that bad. Am I crazy? Like, compared to fucking Oshiro? Maybe you're crazy. We'll see. Yeah, I feel like there's a very real possibility we just kind of fluke this one. I'm not going to lie. 3A was mostly difficult just because of how debilitating that level is design-wise. Don't celebrate too early? No, never. I just I'm aware of my own abilities and what my shortcomings are in gaming. And 3A was much more of like a difficulty for me. That's one death. I think minimum, at least this one, I'm going to have quite a bit more fun on this Golden, if that makes sense, than I did historically with 3A. I had fun on 3A today, but the other 3A streams, I was pretty miserable. Windows sound jump scare? I know, I wish it would shut the fuck up. Fucking hate Windows. Yeah, that's the other thing about CCT is like, unless you're someone who uses CCT, like there's a lot of information there, but it's not like a casual viewer even knows how to like, discern it. So it does beg the question, why the fuck is he even there? I don't know. For the fun, it feels more like a Golden stream if it's there, the aesthetic. Makes you feel smart. True. It does make me feel pretty smart. He's Linux and SteamOS based. The corner correction just saved me, bro. That was crazy. Dude, the pixel perfect saves today have been insane. That was just dumb. That was dumb. I thought I was going to have momentum there for some reason. That was just naive of me. Ironically, I play this level really slow when I'm speedrunning, and playing slow here might just be the move. You watch the orbs, you play around the orbs, you don't overthink shit, you know? Hear me out. Hear me out, guys. Let's just see. Let's just see. Let's just see. Let's just see. God, calm down. You guys get so analytical. Let's just see. Let's just see. Let's see where we're at. Let's do it for the content. Let's see if we can fluke it. Fuck it, right? I'm a speedrunner. How bad can it be? We definitely don't do the fucking speedrun strat here, I'll tell you that much. Oh god, the memories. Hey, what's up, Dreamer? Thanks for the good luck. Hope you're having a good day. I actually, wait, why did I turn on golden quality of life? I actually just want to full send it. I actually just want to full send it. I actually don't even want to continue the, like I speedrun this level. I know what the level is. I just kind of want to Subway Surfers this shit and hang out with chat. How much you practiced? I played through Rock Bottom once and I got a 5 death run. If you fluke this, I'll lock in on Goldens. Guys, Goldens are not that hard. You just have to believe in yourself. I would argue you just have to believe in yourself. This is also great because 6A can be kind of tilting for me. So honestly, like, I like getting reps on it. Yeah, that's what people were saying, Dreamer. Trust me, this is 3A and 5A combined. Maybe for you. Oops. My eyes glazed over. The good parts, right? Hey, as long as there aren't seekers in my fucking level and no dust bunnies, I'm having a lot better of a time. For me, this golden was easier than 3A. I think it's going to be the same for me, Dreamer. I think it's going to be the same for me. No seekers, but fireballs. Yeah. You underestimate how much I hate seekers. Genuinely might be my least favorite thing in the game. Now that I've had to deal with them so much. I like the Theo gameplay in 5B, but there are seekers. I genuinely, guys, like... I know chat was a little contentious on when I was deciding to go 5B in the speedrun. I'm so glad I did. I know I've already said this in so many words. I fucking vastly prefer 5B to 5A. Vastly. Like, I can't even put it into words. It's just a more fun level. It is simply just a more fun level. With the bang for your buck of less seekers, sign me up. The other good thing is I feel like when I'm playing 6A, I often forget what room is coming up next. So I'm thankful for this experience. I feel like it's going to help my internal map get better with this map. Or, chapter. Uh-oh. Guess I'll die. From what I've heard, 5A super fast routes are harder than 5B. Is that true, chat? Anyone confirm? Yeah, I love the 5B music, Dreamer. It is peak music. And you know, like, I'm a sweaty gamer. I'm all about vibes too, you know? Like, when the vibes are good, gaming is so much easier. Oh. Oops. It's a nice change of scene, though. Like, my brain is definitely like, oh, it's nice to not fucking... Like, I think we had, like, 3 or 4 Chapter 3A golden streams, I swear to God. So my brain is very much craving the novelty of, like, wow, a new level. Hee hee ha 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 ha. Whee! Ooh. Yeah, the B-side OSTs are just good in general. I agree, Zane. Yeah, and the music in Strawberry Jam is also quite good. I agree. Some good music goes a long way, man. Yo, speedrun strats in my golden? Sheesh. Once you get to Advanced Plus, oh, the music gets even better. Nice. You gotta take your time. Is that backseating I smell on you, Goldie? By the way, guys, backseating is off right now. Also, we now have rules against it. No backseating. Just vibe, man. Why are you stressed about the game I'm playing right now? We're having a conversation about OST music. Be present with us. Come on. Just have fun today. It's gonna be absolutely awesome. I look forward to it, man. If there's one thing I like, it's some tasty little OSTs. I'm gonna take a shower. Good luck. I hope that shower is glorious. The same way that I'm about to shower in the golden. I rescind everything I just said. Let's move past it. Why'd I do that? I'm clipping that. Guys, am I cool? You can be honest. It's okay if you think you're allowed to say if you don't think I'm cool. I want you to be honest. Yeah? Fuck it. Oh shit. Only if you're in CCM. My G. My G. Cooler than the underside of CCM. Know what I'm saying? Oh no, I'm bad at the game that I love to play. Whatever shall I do? It's a get good angle. Whoa! I was about to say, did you see that super jump? And then I just realized I just wall bounced. Like, I know that tech exists. Why was I so impressed by it? You're so cool, I have hypothermia? Damn. You know what? Guys, I'm gonna say it. I think 6A gets a bad rep. This level's fun. I understand why people are annoyed by it, but I don't know, man. It's just kind of vibey. And it's not chapter 3 or chapter 5. So on paper, I just like it better. Story-wise, yeah. Golden fun level? No. Yeah, that's fair. I can see how it could get redundant in similar ways to the 5A Golden. Because there is, like, it's a long trek to get to battling. And I'm sure the more hours into this Golden grind you get, the more you're just like, fuck! Can I just get on the train to get to rock bottom? God damn! I want to say something, but that would be backseating. I'm glad the first step is nurturing awareness around it. I'm glad that you rose above the immediate knee-jerk reaction to backseat. I just take the route from speed running it. I think the route changes in sub 40. I have not learned that route yet, but I'm pretty sure I do the speed run route. Oops. Rock bottom is basically every room is a choke point. Well, at that point, you just got to lock in, right? You just have to be a god gamer, you know? And as a speedrunner, I know how to lock in. Peep my sub 50 from last stream. Sometimes you just gotta, even when you don't feel like you're that guy, you have to just tell yourself, I might be that guy. And then you get it done, you know? That's how I got the chapter 3 golden as well, you know? This is the big section. What's the name of this checkpoint? This is the big section. This is the one that's like a year. Oops. Speedrun strats be damned. Rock bottom still longer? Yeah, but at least like by the time you're at rock bottom, you're like, oh shit, I'm almost done, you know? I think I'm gonna get a lot more. The other thing I like, I don't know, guys, I just like goldens that have good utility to them as well. Like, I think by the time I get this golden, my feather gameplay is gonna be more precise, you know what I mean? But that's how my brain likes to work. My brain is just like, oh wow, when I'm kind of working on something else that I needed to work on anyway while I'm doing something, it literally makes my brain feel so satisfied. That's part of why I'm a fucking RuneScape addict. I want to see Ludwig play Strawberry Jam all the way. I don't think he'd ever do that. Sorry, I wasn't saying that to be a dick, but, you know. Because I don't think he's even beaten, like... I don't know if he's beaten Farewell, to be honest. He did? That's crazy, because in Fast 52, he claimed that he had never played 9A. So my guess, I think, was right. Like, Parrot Dash and other people were telling him about 9A, and I think he just didn't know that 9A was Farewell. Because he was talking and acting like he'd never beaten 9A. They were just like, 9A is really hard. And they were like, I'd like to see you beat 9A. And I was like, I thought he did do Farewell. Oh, well. I probably shouldn't do these, huh? I probably shouldn't do the skips. Y'all, if you were doing this golden section, would you do this drop right here, or would you go around? I actually don't even remember the route going around. Thoughts? Yeah, the first one's fine. The second one, no. I agree. Okay, let's go around. Let's see if I can remember how to go around. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's super safe. Okay, good call. I'm glad I stopped to ask. I'm glad I didn't turn on speedrun brain. This is another place I should turn off speedrun brain. There's no reason to dash through here. I bet that's a choke point for people, isn't it? I bet that's a really frustrating room to die on. Ooh, that was almost scuffed. Yep. All right, now I'll practice rock bottom. Now that I know I can get to rock bottom, I'm now going to go back and practice it. I think I have to return to map. That's an insane first rock bottom, to be honest. Yeah. I just want to get more reps in. I don't want to do 202 ever again. That is the beauty of having gotten 202, is you never have to. I agree, Dreamer. Yeah, it has a good dynamic to it. You get the chat chill, and then you get the lock-in. Imagine speedrunning 202. Yeah, probably never me. Probably never me. But, you know. To those who do, go get them. See, I want to get so good at rock bottom that I can talk during it, you know? That's the goal. Obviously not during an actual golden attempt, but if we can just kind of hang out while I fight battle in, that's a good sign, right? I need to remember what room I even died on. Yeah, that orb I can see trolling people. That orb in that room. And that orb. That's trolled me in runs. I always need to, like, I need to wait for the dash. Oh, I died in this room. I remember now. So I also died in this room in a different spot. Someone remember the... Can someone tell me what room name that is? Or someone, like, take a note of that for me? I can't because I'm kind of doing this right now. That's honestly not a surprise to me. It's been like a choke point in runs as well. Rock bottom 9. Thanks, Lipton. Yeah, it's been a fairly inconsistent room for me, just generally speaking. That's not a big surprise. Yep, and that's a choke point too if I'm not locked in. I think that this room, though, like, I'm not super inconsistent on. I think this just comes from more... this is probably solved just from more deathless runs and slowing down in this last bottom section, so... I think rock bottom 9 needs a strat. I don't think that any of the other rooms so far needs a strat. Or maybe not even necessarily a strat. I just need to be mindful of it when I get to it and kind of lock in a bit more and remind myself to play a little more careful. This has been something that has trolled me. You just kind of have to lock into the timing of it. Don't allow yourself to get launched and killed. Would you ever play through 9D? I don't know. People have talked about 9D. How hard is it? This room's complete BS. It's always RNG. Which room? Not that hard. It's like advanced to expert. Oh yeah, then I'll probably play it. Oh, it ends red GM? I've gotten 2 different answers. Whoa. This cycle I'm on, the cycle I was just on was crazy. I don't know how I got in that cycle, but that was so troll. I literally just learned this cycle for speedrunning. Hold on, let me lock in. There we go. There's the cycle. I was just a little off. Don't forget the springs. I don't think I need to learn any strats, guys. I think I just need to keep sending it until I can get a deathless run. Because I think by getting a deathless run, I'll know by and large how I need to play this section. So I'm gonna 5 deaths is the same as we got before. Which was realistically only 2 rooms gave us trouble. You'll overthink it, in my opinion, if you learn strats. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think this is similar to Oshiro, where if you take it slow, like, look, I'm on this room and I'm really nervous. It's like, dude, just wait out the orbs, find the window, wait out the orbs, find the window. Don't panic, you know? It's like it's literally just like Oshiro. You don't need a strat. Just don't fucking die. Watch for falling blocks, all that shit, you know? And I just need to remember that I'm not in a hurry. Now, it's definitely advantageous to not let her get her attacks off, but it's also advantageous to just not fucking die. Me when there are literally any other hazards nearby? Yeah, I think you just have to... The smartest way to play through Rock Bottom is just to play it safe and boring. Look, I played through this level so fast before, I didn't even know that she eventually had a window in these shots. Damn, I'm learning about the game. Crazy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Angel, you know? Like, take your time. I think a lot of us rush as Celeste players. That was literally how I died in our first low death run. So I need to be careful about rushing a wall climb there. I literally died like that one time today already in that room. Same spot. But again, the thing with the battle and fight is I don't have, like... I would love to be able to know what room I'm about to go into. But I just don't think about this level like that yet, you know? But I think through doing this golden, I'll have the roadmap in my mind. Which is another reason why I like doing the 6A golden. It'll help for speed runs. That was just rushing. That was just rushing. You just don't do that. You just don't do that in this room. Lesson learned. Oh. For some reason, I thought she was going to go further. That's fine. Ooh, I'm on a bad rotation there. Oh, I didn't get the full bounce. That's fine. And we got the cycle. Oh, almost fucked that up. Whew. 3 deaths. I'm gonna try again. I think just greasing the groove and getting reps in and then trying a full send again is fine. And to be honest, the reason I'm doing that is we only really have like a little bit of the stream left. I'm gonna try sending it again, see if we can fluke it first stream. If we can't, it's fine. The muscle memory is building. But I think the fluke is still very much possible. Finish the shower. Congrats, Zane. Welcome back to the stream. Did you do it, Gaming Mitkex? Wait, were you playing 6A or what are you doing? I don't really understand. Wait, have you gotten the golden before? Nice, congrats. W. You died twice in the last 2 rooms. It was fun. Y'all are crazy. I would never redo a golden, me personally. Stuck at it for days now? Holy shit. Maybe I am that guy. I just spread the fucking golden aura to you. Congrats. Also, like, all in good fun, never underestimate the ability of, like, chatters to feel hyper-competitive with the streamer. That may have just been the little push y'all needed. Because something in your lizard brain was just like, the streamer's doing this right now, I have to get it before the streamer does. I'm not saying this to be superior. I experienced the same phenomenon. It's a good motivator, you know? It's a strong, healthy motivator. Because a part of your gamer ego would have never forgiven yourself if I had gotten it before you. If I had fluked it, you guys probably would have uninstalled the game. It's a W. Good shit, guys. I want to do any % deathless. That's why I do A-sides. Nice. I went the wrong way! Look, I'm not gonna... I won't look a gift horse in the mouth. I think that's awesome that I'm able to motivate people. I think that's fucking epic. I hope everybody here who is going for 202 berries or fucking PBs in their speedrun attempts, I hope y'all get them. We're all on the same side here. I want 202 berries. If you want 202 berries, I hope you get 202 berries. If you want a specific goal in one of your speedrun categories, I hope you get that. This is also just nice because I need more consistency on 6A. Like, I feel like Deathless on 6A would just be so nice for my any % runs. So that's the thing is, like, right now you guys are just like, oh man, TJ's taking a break from any % speedrunning. It's like, am I? As long as we're working on Goldens for, as long as we're working on Goldens that are in my any % attempts, like, oh. Sure, it's not working on tech and strats, but I have a limited experience in this game that y'all do. Like a lot of people take for like, I do not know these levels like the back of my hand yet, but by doing the Goldens, that's how you get there. You know? Exactly, Angel. Yeah, I'm excited to do the 7A Golden. I feel like that's going to make me feel like a true Celester. Well, no, what's going to make me feel like a true Celester is if I ever actually get a... When I ever actually get Farewell Golden. Summit maps are just meant for Goldens? Yeah, there's just something about solving a summit that's super fun, no? It's just cool. I wish more maps were built that way. I like solving flags. The dopamine reward of that flow is very cool. I love it. Just something about that level design really hits with my brain. You know. Straight drop, right? Nice. Save 7B before Farewell. 8B is def easier. Yeah, I mean, I've heard of the whole, like, Devil's Trio. I think I'm saving 6B, 7B, 8B all for the end right before Farewell. That's going to be our last, like, true golden gauntlet for the golden grind. Again, that's looking very far forward. We have a lot to do before we get there, but, you know. If you like flags, may I interest you in a little level called Intermediate Heartside? Ah! Farewell gonna take a while? Yeah. We can't think about Farewell, it's so far away. We just can't think about it. We will get there in due time. But first, we need 6A. You know what I mean? What have I done? How'd that happen, huh? So probably slow and steady for that room's not the strat, right? W run though? Oh yeah, it's a W. It's the same as Oshiro, right? Every time you get to Oshiro, it's a W. All right, see you later, Zane. Good night, sweet dreams, and such. I think this is the last attempt, guys. This is the last attempt, and then I will announce the winner of Variety Friday. No spoilers in chat. Also, if you haven't voted yet, join the Discord. Go to Variety Friday voting, and you can vote there. This is my last Golden's Run attempt for today. And then I will announce the winner of this week's Variety Friday. The game that we will be streaming tomorrow. Imagine. Redacted tomorrow. This is the last and I'll stay for it? Hell yeah, my guy. Yeah, this is the last. We got 3A Golden. We don't have to belabor the point. It would be awesome if we can fluke 6A this stream. But I think we can all agree that 6A is already looking very promising. and mental wise, it's just night and day for me personally. I can already tell this is not going to be the slog that 5A and 3A were. And that was a very tough mini gauntlet of Goldens for me, just mentally. I can definitely be more honest about that now that we're on the other side of it. Like, doing 5A and then 3A back to back, that was tough. That was tough. Ooh. We can tell? No. That's because I'm an authentic person. That's my favorite thing about every stream I've ever done. Oh, well, we're done. I ain't never lied a day in my life. And that's on staying true to your word. Oh, shit. Pause the time. We're now at 32 and a half hours on the Goldens grind. For any of you just now joining us this stream, that is not all of 100% included. I restarted the timer when we finished 100%, so this has been exclusively what we've been doing for Goldens. Now, there is one last order of business. It is time to check the winner of Variety Friday. Here we go. Drum roll, please. The results are in. This might be the most votes we've ever gotten, y'all. If you still want to vote, be sure to join the Discord. Jake just linked it. You can vote here. This is the greatest voter turnout we've ever had for Variety Friday. I'm glad people seem excited that Variety Friday has returned. And it won't be going anywhere. It's one of my favorite things to do streaming. Oh, maybe this was the biggest voter turnout. I feel like people have gone back in time and voted. I don't remember there being 28 votes. Maybe I'm crazy. What's that Friday thing? For those of you who don't know, I stream a game that chat in the community votes on every Friday. This week, the options were, if you join the Discord, you can vote there for a game to appear on a Variety Friday. Ooh, 29. Can we get to 30? Anyone here who has not voted yet, you could be the 30th vote. The options were Undertale Yellow, Vivid / Stasis, Before Your Eyes, Yo, we got to 30. Yo, Pog. 31! Just 30. 31! Just 30. 30. Stop fucking with me. All right. Let us end the poll. It is Undertale Yellow. With half of the votes, Undertale Yellow has won. All right. I'm excited. The other thing that's exciting about me is that Undertale Yellow, it's a free game, right? It's a fan game. Because I've been emptying my wallet recently for these Variety Friday games. So I'm double hyped for that. Free game. Woo! Anyway, super hyped for that. Catch tomorrow's stream for my first time playing Undertale Yellow. Very excited for that. Thank you all for another great week of streams. I'm saying that like it's the end of the week, but, you know, the sub 50 yesterday. Yes, and if you are worried about spoilers and that's affecting your ability to be in the stream, play it. You know, the VOD will always be there if you want to watch it after you play it. But also, if you trust me as your willing guide, and you are willing to be a passenger, and we go through this experience for the first time together, I'd appreciate you being there. You don't always have to play the game before I do. You can just be here and we can be here together. That can be nice sometimes too. But yeah, a lot of W's this week. A lot of W's coming back from my trip. We got sub 50. We got the long-awaited 3A Golden. And honestly, we were pretty close to fluking 6A. So I'm hyped. Let's get some Undertale Yellow tomorrow. Good night, good noon, wherever you are. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you tomorrow for some Undertale Yellow. Thanks for the stream.